All right, folks, tonight we got the whole NFL in something like 30 minutes or so. We're going to have the week 2 of the Silk versus the Numbers Guys Challenge. We've got trivia, we got beer, we got top picks, including college football. Joe, we are the 50,000 watt voice of the Numbers Guys. I'm JT. This show's BS. Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ready, dope.
All right, let's do it.
This is the 50,000 watt voice of the Numbers Guys in
the Motor City.
And now, live from Studio 8B, it's time to BS with the guys.
Well, what is going on, Numbers Nation? Week 2 of the NFL. Week 1, I don't know if we did so well, but we'll talk about that later. Hey, listen, if you're seeing us on YouTube, man, is it great to be with you. And if you're checking us out live on YouTube, please do me a favor. Feel free to chime in the chat and say hello. That'd be great. If you don't want to chat with us, you can text us instead. The number for that, TNG Live 007. And if you're not good with letters, it sounds like a church bell. Did you hear that? That was pretty cool. 864-548-3007. And listen, folks, if we provide you any sort of value tonight, maybe it's going to be a hot NFL betting tip. Maybe it's going to be a story about Louisiana, which might be entertaining to you. All you got to do is give us a like. That's a thumbs up. It's going to look like this. And or your subscription would be big league appreciated. Now, with me for the entire hour, to my right, your left at home, we got my boy, D-Dub. What's going on?
Put down the fiddle and put down the bow. Louisiana Saturday night.
It's a Louisiana Saturday night. Ragin Cajun's here, even though she wasn't technically a Ragin Cajun. We're going to get to that in a second. She was more of a tiger, I'd say, than a Ragin Cajun.
Thanks for having me.
No, I'm not going to care about you.
Replaced my face, but that's great.
You noticed that, huh?
Yeah, it's nice.
Sorry about that. College Football Joe's going to be on tonight.
Who?
College Football
Never
Joe.
heard of him.
Yeah, it's exciting. All right, next to you and the Lions, cheering on, or probably still hungover from the
I'm still catching up on
victory.
sleep from Sunday night. Takes me a few days when I start the week off on a bad sleep night, but it was well worth it. Exciting first game, and lots of good things to come, I think, for the Lions this season. So
Yes,
another good weekend of football coming up, and excited to dive in on it.
Agreed. To your right, sitting there with no hat on tonight.
I know. I feel like naked.
Man, you know what I should do? I wish I had this. I could put one of those drop zone graphics like they're doing now in the NFL for kickoffs on your head.
Sure.
That would be kind
There's
of cool.
plenty of room up there.
Or
Yeah.
a Guardian cap.
Yeah, that would
there
be
you go.
cool.
How about a
Did you
black
see
Kango?
Did you see they had the player had the Guardian?
Yeah,
cap on?
Jabril, our boy.
Yes.
Former Wolverine. Yeah.
Yeah, you doing well tonight, Rich? I know you had to choke down some Church's chicken right before the
yeah,
show.
I thought they were out of church or chicken, which they weren't in church either, which is weird.
Yeah.
Your church is chicken, but it's not a church.
Did you like churches?
It was okay.
okay?
I had a little problem in the drive-through. They told me there was no chicken.
There's no chicken?
Well, I got to the front and they said they had 2 chickens, but I don't know if somebody just left them there because they didn't want them.
Do they have biscuits or cornbread?
I'm gonna tell you, it's the smallest menu you'll ever see.
Okay.
The number 5 combo was a chicken sandwich, which they didn't have, and then the number 1 through 4 were different variations of chicken tenders. 1, 3, 5.
So legs, breasts, and cornbread?
They might have it there, but that might be a special order. I'm not sure.
Church's is definitely a biscuit place.
Biscuit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Them
Well,
buttery
now you tell me.
biscuits.
Okay.
Hey.
Speaking of buttery biscuits, next to you, Rich, for the first time on the show ever, the Ragin Cajun herself, we got Tia in the house. What's going on, Tia?
Nothing crazy. Glad to be here.
Happy to
A
hear
number
that.
of guys I'm identifying today.
You're identifying as a numbers guy.
We take all forms.
There you go.
We do. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. So Tia went to Louisiana State University.
Oh.
Yes, I am a
Louisiana
tiger.
State. Okay.
Come from the Saban Les Miles range.
Yeah, Les Miles. bringing me up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Little
for sure.
Michigan man, little Michigan
Yeah.
there, right?
Right. No, I think that's awesome. So I'm excited. We have quite a bit of culture that we're going to maybe be learning about tonight, since none of us are from the Louisiana.
I've never had crawfish. Did you know that?
I'm sorry for you.
I
That
should
it's
try
so
it.
good.
Yeah.
So good.
So you snap the head off, right?
We pinch,
it?
twist, and suck.
Yeah, that's
all,
it. There's
all in
3
one.
levels.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. That sounds like a title to something else, but it's how we eat our food.
Sounds a little kinky.
You know,
But, yeah.
Awesome.
butter
I think you
biscuits,
can
right?
get those crawfish out of the ditches in Shelby Township, I believe.
You know, Clinton River does
Yeah.
have them actually, but
I was scraping the sides of the river last night. So.
I like my crawfish to be corn-fed. I don't want any of these ditch crawfish.
that's right. We call them mud bugs, though. You know,
Oh,
they live in mud, and that's where you got to go to get them. So
Mostly boiled, right?
mostly boiled. Yep. Yeah.
Is that something
you
you
can get 'em
do?
fried, but
is that something you will do on a Saturday night? Go down to the mud hole and
Go to
You
Eastern
know,
Market and
it's
get a
normally-
bag of crawfish. You know?
I don't think you can, right?
you
you
can't.
do it?
No, Michigan's one of the states that you can't get live shellfish across the border. So
Yeah.
you know, it's all frozen here, but
It's not as good, huh?
What are they,
I
like a
don't
nuisance? A nuisance?
yeah, they
Fish or-
they grow pretty quickly. They do break down ecosystems. Now, granted, we're swamps, so they fit right at home with us.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think y'all'd like that infestation.
How many
too
can you
much.
eat in a good sitting of crawfish?
You know what? We go by pounds there, you know,
pounds?
because you just get a big old tray and it's an all day event, you know.
Yeah.
It's a big table. You normally put down newspaper, you just pour it all on top and you graze. We're grazers, you know.
In Louisiana, are they eating them during like a football game and just like, you know?
Not
Popping
quite. So it is an earlier spring season.
Okay.
So Easter, if you go to an Easter party in Louisiana and they don't have crawfish, they probably moved there from another state.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's normally a big crawfish boil because, especially like Good Friday, it's the last day that people can't eat meat. So they do big crawfish boils down there. And instead of putting sausage like traditionally goes in there, they'll put, you know, the potatoes, the onions, the garlic.
Little corn?
The corn.
Yeah, corn too.
Corn's
yeah.
the best part.
That's what I thought.
Soaks it up.
I'll give it a whirl
Fascinating
sometime.
stuff.
We should try it on the show somehow.
We should.
sometime.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
want to try to do, my husband and I want to try to do like an annual crawfish boil where we get everybody together and up here, but
Yeah.
might have to go to
I'll
Ohio
volunteer
to get it.
to give it a whirl. Yeah.
Yeah, please invite us.
I'll run a training course on how to peel and eat the crawfish so y'all can eat.
Okay.
All right, all right. And also off camera, your husband is here in attendance, and he's back there. He's going to be the assistant producer today, I think, to the show. So Steve, shout out back there, and let's start the show off. I know you guys have seen the show. The way we start every show off, a little something we call Libation Exploration.
Tasty beers or fine bourbons for our face holes to try. It's libation exploration with the numbers guys.
And we are back in Studio 8B. Today's libation, courtesy of Richie. Richie, it's Thunder Kiss 65. And now that you mentioned this, D-Dub, we did have this on the show because that's the title of a, is that a White Zombie song?
Yes.
I think it is.
So this is the first time this has happened. What is the punishment? Did we state what it was to begin with?
No, I don't think we have.
I don't remember this.
Paddling.
I wonder
You
if
may
I was
not-
not.
It's a
You might have
paddling.
not been
I was
here.
on the show, so it's new for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
To me.
Well,
we
Tia, do
shouldn't
you
have
want?
a
Do you want one?
grapefruit IPA
You know, I'll try it.
without tones.
It's the
Yeah.
beer of the
Pass that to Tia since I've
Here,
already
Tia.
beer of the show.
had it.
Me and you will split it.
Thank you.
Okay.
So this says it's an American IPA, hop forward, loaded with grapefruit and citrus flavors and aromas. 65 IBUs. I can tell you, Tones probably isn't going to like this outside the grapefruit. ABV 6.5. I think I said that. You can get it year round. This is from Warwater Brewery.
That's K Dub's favorite place.
Oh, speaking of K-Dub, I ran into him today.
Really?
Yes, he was walking on the Dakota
Plumber to
JB
the Stars?
Plumber
Okay.
to the Stars. It was a nice, unexpected event, I guess you could say.
You want to try over there, assistant?
Production assistant,
So it
Steve.
does sound like a church bell.
It's like a good.
That's actually really good.
It's like a good ruby red grapefruit.
I've never been a huge fan of IPAs either, but I like that one.
Me
Okay.
neither,
Oh, you're
but
on the right show.
the
huh?
grapefruit helps the cause.
It
for
does
me.
a lot.
It seems to me we really like this because I think I went actually looking
Yeah.
for this at one point after the fact because I liked it so much.
This
This
is one of the
place
better
across the
IPAs.
street over there.
Oh, that's where this is from?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yep.
Okay.
Really good.
I could dig this one.
Like Tim Hortons on the corner there.
Yeah.
Doable.
Tastes like a certain soda pop.
It kind of does,
Well,
actually.
I don't know. Squirt,
Like
maybe?
squirt?
The
Yeah,
Ruby
that's what I
Red
was
squirt.
thinking.
Did you ever have that one?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
no.
Ruby
Yeah.
Red one.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this tastes like. And let's take a look here. If you're not familiar with our rating scale here in the numbers, guys, for beer or other booze, 5, you're going to drive it across town for this shit. So it has to be really delicious if you're going to get in the car and waste a bunch of gas and drive across town. 4, you're going to buy it without hesitation. 3, you're going to not kick it out of bed. 2, you're going to choke it down for the show so you don't look like a bitch. And number 1 is a hard pass. Nastier than Flint's Water. D-Dub, lead us off here.
God, this would be a way to test our rating scale because I don't remember what I gave last time.
Yeah, you're consistent on your rating. That's
Yeah,
that's
it's
good to know.
I'm gonna be proven to be a fraud here. I'm gonna say 4.0. Pretty good, eh?
4.0.
This is
Not going to buy it without you're going to buy it without hesitation.
Yeah,
right?
I'd buy that.
Okay, all right.
to me. This is one of the top tier IPAs I've ever tried.
Wow.
So I'm
That's
gonna go.
high praise.
IPAs are not gonna get a high score for me, but the ceiling for me 4.1. That's what I'm giving this.
I think it turns out that Tones really does like IPAs.
He's
got-
given most of them 4s.
It's got to have
right.
it's got to have some citrus action going.
Well,
on.
we know how you feel about grapefruit.
Yeah,
do like-
loves some
I
grapefruit.
do like grapefruit.
I love grapefruit.
Like Jorel loves
Drinking.
coconuts.
Are you a salt or sugar on your grapefruit kind of guy, or just how it comes?
Just how it comes.
All right.
Natural.
People put stuff on grapefruit rims?
I put salt on my grapefruit, and it's amazing.
I'm not a big.
No,
I'm not a big
don't put
salt.
salt on
Absolutely,
grapefruit.
absolutely.
What?
I don't like
knock
it,
it till you
so-
try it. Doesn't sound like you put it in your mouth yet.
I never use a salt shaker.
Really?
Never.
I shake it like a salt shaker, but I put sugar on my grapefruit.
Fair.
That
Sugar
seems like
would
a
probably be
double.
better.
You do?
You know what I would do? A little packet of Truvia. That's
Okay.
what I do.
You
Little
eat a lot of
stevia
grapefruit?
No, I don't. I very rarely eat a grapefruit, but when I do, I'm putting sugar on
action. You
it.
ever have it like cut in half and eating it with a spoon or something like?
That's how I eat
Yeah,
it.
it's pretty
yeah,
good.
in the morning.
Yeah.
Something about that's just a little better that way.
Sure. No, I agree.
know.
All right, Rich.
Yeah, I apologize if this was a double up, but we had a couple people not have it before, so I'm glad they enjoyed
All
it.
right. That's a winner.
It might be the greatest IPA we've had. I agree.
It's up there.
I'm saying 4.6. It's delicious.
Guest of honor, the 5th woman.
I'm going to put it right at that 4.0 for me, for sure. I'd buy it, but
Okay.
if it didn't have the little bit extra of grapefruit juice in it, I just wouldn't kick it out of bed.
Gotcha.
You know.
No, that makes sense. I could see that. Hey, off-camera production assistant Steve. How many fingers you want to hold up for this one? Out of 5 being the
Would
tops.
you drive across town for it, or would you just unhesitedly buy it? Because I know you like IPAs. You give it a 5.
Perfect 5.
He's going high
Perfect 5. I like
can
it.
end
High
this-
5 on a 65.
We don't
like
ever
it.
have to have another beer now because he gave it a 5. We don't ever have to do this.
This is
again.
it.
That's it.
This is the end.
Kind of sad.
Had to double up to get
is
the
the
5.
Could Darko put this on tap? Is it possible?
You know, I don't know. A lot. That's the hard thing with craft beers and taps. You know, a lot of times it's a half keg instead. But we are dive bar. If it's a Coors Light, they're buying it.
Yeah.
You know,
Gotcha.
He's got that. What is it called?
the Hacker Shore.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a big one though. I find a lot of people like that better than like the Blue Moons and the Shock Tops because it's a wheat beer, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have that sweetness that most of the other ones have.
I feel like that misses out on the fizz element to it. You know what I mean? A little flat.
I don't like the characteristics of my beer to really share too much with bread. So I kind of stick away from a lot of the wheatier beers. They're heavy, you know. I'd rather have a plate of wings and an extra beer on that point.
That's good. Solid
That's
argument.
smart.
Very insightful.
That is very insightful. Personally, on this one, God, I wish I remember what I gave this the last time because I know it had to be a high score. Had to be real
This had
high.
to be up
I
there.
have to rewind
I'd
the
say-
tape to see how we scored
Yeah,
last.
I'll do that for
I'm
next
sure you
week.
gave this at least a 4 or 5.
Oh, it's at least a 4.5. I think this is better than that. This is like a 4.8. And if you like squirt, there's like a sweetness to this, like Ruby Red Squirt. There's a sweetness to this, which is very delicious.
I wonder if it's just
Very
squirt.
drinkable. It could just be squirt.
It's just squirt with an alcohol
like vodka,
percentage.
vodka and squirt.
Fancy
Is that what this
can.
is?
Fermented squirt.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have that weird aftertaste that most IPAs have, so I think the sweetness
Yeah,
helps.
that's- yeah, see, I don't
I
like
hate
that,
feeling it in my like it's in the jaw cheekbones in most of the IPAs. I don't feel it with this one.
Jugular.
That's right.
Damn, this is good. This almost tastes like you're eating a grapefruit with sugar on it to me.
You eat a lot of grapefruit.
I've had it numerous times. It's probably my favorite citrus fruit.
He has 1 to 2 servings of fruits and veggies a week.
A month.
JT.
Are you kidding me? I think my wife maybe. Are potatoes, is that considered a vegetable?
I think it's a citrus.
It's a citrus
I wanna
fruit.
say.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, sweet potatoes. And Tia actually made us a special treat tonight.
Oh yeah.
A special treat. This is right here. This is called. I'm gonna leave this to you, Tia. What is this?
So this is our most popular whiskey bourbon drink in Louisiana. It's called a Sazerac.
Okay.
Sazerac.
Sazerac. It's got a little bit of absinthe, lemon peel, simple syrup bitters, and then I use a rye whiskey with mine. That's more typical for it. But has a little
I get
sweetness
down with
to it.
that.
I can't do it.
Now, typically, it doesn't have ice on it, so don't come for me, New Orleans. Like, it's normally in a frozen glass, and you just stir it with ice before you pour it into the frozen glass. But I was forewarned that it could be a little stuffy in the studio, so I figured ice would be appropriate.
Well, we appreciate the ice. We got to cool off somehow. You know what? This is. It tastes like an old fashioned with absinthe, right?
Yeah.
Kind
I
of.
think it's the absinthe. I don't think I can do it.
That's all right. I find licorice is very coin toss. There's no landing in the middle on
Yeah,
it.
it's
Is that supposed to be like a
there's-
black licorice type?
Black licorice.
Absinthe has a
old-fashioned.
very licorice taste to
I
it.
gotcha.
Yeah. And typically, you'd like pour it over a sugar cube to add the sweetness
Is
to
it like
it.
Sambuca?
It's a
little bit?
lot like the Buka.
Yeah. Okay.
Anybody that knows me knows I'm not fussy, not a finicky eater or
Right.
whatever. But
Right.
I will say there's 3 things I don't like.
Ham.
I don't like green peppers. I don't like pickles. And by God, I don't like licorice.
That's all right. I'll like it enough for the both of us.
Yeah, I love black licorice. Do you like red licorice?
Oh, I love it. But it's not really licorice, I don't think.
No, I don't know.
It's just
What is
candy.
it? Like a cherry rope at that point?
Yeah.
What do you-
I like ropes.
Oh, the pull and
Yeah.
peel.
You don't like good
all
and
day long.
plenty's?
I can't do it.
No,
It's
you're
it's
weird.
fine.
My uncle,
No,
my
you're
uncle,
Small
weird.
doses.
Someone's keeping them in
Small
business.
Yeah, exactly.
my uncle, when I was a kid, gave me one of those. Is it squirrel nuts? What is it? It's
Yeah,
a
we
wrapped.
want-
It's a wrapped candy by Brock's, and it's
Squirrel
Oh
nuts?
no, it's black and something. It was black and pink on the
Ike
wrapper.
and Mike?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, he didn't
Yeah.
tell me what it was, and I tried, and I hurled.
You hurled?
I hurled.
Oh, wow, you're not going to like this then.
No, it's not my favorite.
I'm going to assume you're going to disqualify it from.
I should disqualify myself on this because I don't.
you
like,
must recuse yourself as a great Jeff Sessions
everything
once
else I'm
said.
fine with, but green peppers,
must
pickles,
excuse
and licorice.
Licorice. Well, okay.
Everything else, I'll eat anything. You know that.
Oh, yeah, almost anything, as long as it's a cheeseburger with no pickles. Tones, I'm curious to see your thoughts on a Sazerac, it's called?
Yeah, I
Sazerac?
love old
Sazerac.
fashioned.
Sazerac.
Black licorice is okay for me. It's not deal breaker, but it's not a help either. So I'll give this a 3.9.
3.9.
I'll take
I could deal with
Yeah,
that.
3.9.
Yeah.
Rich, you have one over there?
I got one. I'm not a big, we're all picking this apart, but I'm not a big rye whiskey guy. But what kind is it?
It's actually the brand of it is also Sazerac. I figured I'd
Oh,
try
okay.
to keep
So
it
you're
as
consistent.
close
Fair enough.
to what y'all would get if you
family.
ordered it down south. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't like black licorice. I didn't know that's what absinthe was. It's better than I would think it would be because I'm with Daryl. Like I won't touch Jägermeister if my life depended on it.
Yeah, Jaeger's a little rough.
But this blended together, I think, and then the ice getting in there is helping. So it's pretty good. I like it. I'm gonna say 3.8. I'm right there with the 3.9, 3.8.
I think without a lemon peel and a Sazerac, though, like it would be an absolute no-go for me.
Yeah.
Because the licorice is too much in
Yeah.
that, but because it really just laces the cup, but the lemon peel definitely brings that down.
Yes.
So-
Yep, I agree.
Now, Tia, I don't think we need to ask you what your score is because obviously you enjoy them.
I love them.
Yeah.
I do love them.
It's part of her blood. A content, I think, is probably this stuff.
It's in the culture.
Part Sazerac?
You like
I am. Part
imagine.
Sazerac.
do you,
I
like
imagine
do you pop a crawfish and wash it down with this? Or
You know, we are very traditionally just pop a beer at a crawfish bowl. It's very
beer and
like
crawfish. okay.
outdoor family reunion type thing for a crawfish boil, you know.
What's the beer down there that you'd be drinking?
You know,
They're not fussy about. Just any beer is fine.
we're also super far away from the craft beer section of the United States of America. Like y'all have Wisconsin and y'all have tons of craft beers everywhere. Like we have probably our most famous beer down there would be a Beta. And they have one called Andy Gator. It's a super high percentage lager. Their most popular, I would say, is the strawberry Abita, which is they put real strawberries in the keg itself and only sell a couple per year. But
we
my
get some
favorite,
at Total Wine to try. Is that
I haven't checked, but downtown Utica Steampunk
Yep.
Oh,
and
yeah.
how they like alternate a lot of the worldwide beers, basically.
Sure.
They will have Purple Haze occasionally, which is a raspberry lager, and that's by Abita. Amazing. But the brewery makes all their beers to mix. So, for instance, the strawberry one's really popular, and they do Straw Eaters, which is strawberry and Andy together, so you get the alcohol percentage and the taste of the strawberry, or the Barney, which is the Purple Haze that we chatted about, and then the Andy Gator one, which higher percentage raspberry beer. So they're all made to intersect with each other.
Is that different than the purple drank?
I'd say so. Purple Drank slows you down
Purple
a
Drank.
little more than the
That's right.
Purple Haze.
That was Jamarcus Russell's drinking choice down there, wasn't it?
You'd have to ask Tia.
It says cough syrup sell fast down in LSU.
Yep, cough syrup and Jolly Ranchers.
I like the cough syrup with codeine. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think we talked about this at one
I think
point.
you like the
Cody.
Rasmussen. What do you like?
Robitussin?
Robitussin.
The Tussin?
Not a big Tussin fan.
Tripping on Tussin.
Robo trip on a Thursday.
Yeah, a little Robo.
I'll bring shots of that next time.
I gotta say, because I love black licorice. One of my
You do?
favorite things. Oh yeah, I love black
I
licorice.
didn't know this about
Yes. Oh yeah, totally.
you. Because you're kind of a finicky guy.
Not at all a finicky guy. That's the thing. But black licorice is one of my favorite things, and black licorice with that lemon is really good.
Yeah,
Really good. This is a 4.5. 4.5.
Hey.
I would probably take this over a smoked old fashioned toast.
it's a tough.
Now, smoking a
Tough call.
Sazerac equally is good, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you use like a cherry wood or something.
You can
with
smoke
it.
this?
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
I'd be interested to give
Yeah.
that a whirl.
Yeah. Yeah, this is good. Appreciate you bringing this. This
Absolutely.
is really,
Thank
really
you.
delicious.
Yes,
and a little
thank you.
taste of Louisiana.
A little taste of home.
A little taste of home.
Next
Well,
time we'll bring the crawfish boil too, I guess. You
Yeah,
know, quick trip to Ohio, pick it up.
I guess Daryl's not had a crawfish yet.
No, we
I,
gotta do this on the
Another line
show.
for you to cross.
We need to do this live on the show.
That would be interesting.
Crawfish.
Yeah, it'd be fun. And hey, listen, you guys mentioned something too to me about Tron-Vision. I had never seen this before, so I'm gonna put this up here real quick.
Tron-Vision.
This is Tron-Vision. So Tia, you guys have a relationship with Tron-Vision, correct?
We do. Yep, it's a very recent product dropped, but it's basically that jumbotron at the Cowboy Stadium made for your home. So you can see, my husband and I, huge gamers.
Sure.
So each one has a USB port. You can port. You can all play different games at the same time, same game at the same time. Or, for instance, like you see, it's up there above a pool table. You can invite everybody over, play all 4 games playing at the same time on a Sunday.
That's
See them
pretty
all,
cool.
So you can put Coco Melon on one, Occupy the Kids, 3 games on the others. I just don't know your situation.
What's something like that run for?
So it really depends on what setup you're going for, because you see that one is attached to the ceiling. Then there's one that has the tripod set up for like tailgates and stuff like that if you're doing outdoor.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's another setup where it puts it on a riser, so you can put your gaming consoles underneath all 4 sides. So it really depends, but it is in between the, I'd say, 1,500 to 2,000 range, but you are getting, again, 4 different setups in one, and it comes with all the attachments and stuff. Only weighs about 30 pounds, so you can move it around.
So are
hang
they
it
all
up.
like smart TVs individually, or
They
something?
are, and then
Okay.
as you saw, you can so the big top says Tron-Vision, but you can customize it to whatever sports team you want, whatever colors. You can even
wow.
put your name on there. So a really cool company that just popped up within the last month of working on them. And again, I can't wait to use this on my niece and nephew, because
Wow.
one likes monster trucks, one likes.
I was going to say, this
That's
is
cool.
fun for the adults, but I could see Anthony's kids having a ball on this thing.
They would definitely max all the screens out on that. So
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, let me look at this video real quick. Let me put this on here real quick here. Kind of see what it looks like. Dude, that is sweet. And it comes with the TVs too?
It does. So the whole thing
ready to
that
go.
you see right there, it comes with the cords itself. You're supposed to get yourself. The USBs or whatever that's supposed to hook up. But granted, especially from a gamer's point of view, we already have those cords. We have the console. We've
Sure.
been plugging into TVs forever. But my husband brought up a point. You remember 007 Eagle Eye? You'd be playing
Played that constantly.
and
yeah.
you could literally watch the screen and kill the person because it's a split screen,
you know
right?
where they're
Right.
at,
And
right?
now
Yeah.
it's like, go sit on that side, buddy. You're not going to see where I'm at.
Oh,
And
that's a great point.
yeah, so
Game changer.
yeah, it keeps from
Yeah.
screen sniping and stuff like that. So, and if not, like I said, I'm a big Saints fan here.
Okay.
I'm married
sorry.
to a big Lions fan.
A good win,
Yeah.
though. Good
I was
win
about
for
to
them.
say,
Yeah.
put the Panthers to bed.
Yeah.
Put them in the pasture.
I think we could have took the Panthers by ourselves,
Yeah.
just the five of us here, but that's okay.
That's it.
Yeah. Not saying anything.
So is that thing plug in like? Is that a top a ceiling outlet? It's plugged into basically. When it's hanging on the top there.
Yes. Yep. You can. Like I said, you just put it on up there. And again, they sell those attachments, so it depends on what package you get.
Okay.
I think the gaming one's a little bit higher just because the stand itself is a little more.
So
but
you have the stand.
we do.
Your guys set up.
We went with the stand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because.
Which is more practical, probably, because you can take it with you.
Move it around,
travel.
yeah.
Absolutely. I'm very interested in getting the tripod version of it, though, because I love to host. I like to have people over. And especially during summer times in Michigan, y'all have the best summers. Like, why not bring it
A
outside,
little humid.
you know?
A little humid.
Don't talk to me about humidity. We're humid year round.
Good Christmas gift there, Lauren, for
Yeah.
for your man.
Just saying. Or
dropping ideas.
Mrs. Midwest, just here's an idea. But yeah, check this out. Here's
That'd
a
be
couple of
great.
use cases
Little
of
Sparty
it.
one
Home
down
entertainment. There you go, Tones. Try to keep movement in your pants to a minimum here. We got Michigan right over your pool table at home.
Yeah.
Look at that. You can have that done. And does it come with the customized panels?
You can customize them, yeah.
Okay.
So typically it just comes Tron-Visioned, but it is an option to customize them too. And you can change all four sides, you know.
So I could have like Michigan, Red Wings,
That
Lions,
is cool.
Tigers.
Yeah, we actually saw their Red Wings one, and it's beautiful.
I would get that.
You
That
know?
is really cool.
And it's perfect for us because
There you go, guys.
needs
Right
Our conference
Right in
room.
the conference
Yeah, put it
room.
in our the conference room. We could do that.
A lot of businesses have been jumping on it too because when you have meetings, it's just showing different PowerPoints to the full table. You can get it on all four sides, and then different programs on both sides. So
Sure.
definitely worth it. I think, especially if you have a man cave or a she shed.
Right. There's that tailgating experience, Tones,
Yes.
with the Michigan on there.
That's pretty damn cool.
That is pretty cool.
Put this in my garage because my basement has a 6-foot ceiling, or 6.5 foot.
Oh, that'd be tough.
So I have a feeling it might get in the way
Right.
when we're playing pool.
Yeah, you probably bumped your head on that one.
You gotta get rid of the drop ceiling. That's all.
Yeah.
You gotta go with the black spray on top and
Okay.
That's
Lift
a
it up
popular
there.
thing nowadays. Yeah, to get rid of the drop ceiling and paint it.
what do you call that? The not garage look, but
Industrial?
industrial. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I missed the beginning. Like, what's the connection with you guys and Tron-Vision then, or you just?
So our neighbor is actually the one that created the product.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
My husband has a
That's
big online following, so they originally reached out to us and was like, "Hey, we know y'all are gamers. We know y'all stream, stuff like that. So would y'all be interested in testing out the product, seeing and promoting?" And literally as soon as we got our hands on one, checked it out, we were like 100%. Because honestly, the price, let's be honest, if you're a PC gamer, you're spending probably 3 times that with all the attachments and stuff to run it.
That's nothing. 1,500, 2,000.
Right.
For a heavy gamer.
So it kind of has all of it there for you,
Yeah. Now, me not being a gamer, but a sports enthusiast,
Yeah.
I thought, man, that is really cool. And you can pick, was I reading correct? You can pick between if you want computer monitors or if you wanted HDTVs to be the panels,
Yes,
basically.
yes, and I believe they're working on some more stuff that could be helpful. Don't know if I'm allowed to say any of it yet, but yeah.
Sure.
So you got your smart TV in there. You can do the computer base. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's really neat. And actually, they're super local. They do like the plastic molds and stuff like that, and that's how they got into this. Is one of their buddies was building them out of wood, and the time to do it, having to raise the price on it, and finally he teamed up with his buddy that owns the plastic molding and was like, "Look, we can do this stronger, better, faster. Let's get it done." And so now they're shipping them out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I was shocked. My wife, I mentioned it to her the other night, and she knew what it was because she's like, so-and-so posted it on Facebook.
I've seen them in some when they're showing a finished basement. Like people have, it seems to be a more popular thing. I don't know if it was there something out there besides Tron-Vision before?
The only ones out there prior were again all like garage built type situations where they're wood
Yeah, it
and just
looks
like
really
put
sweet.
in, but the weight of that as well was
I'm
becoming
sure
a
it's
problem
pretty
for a
heavy
lot
with
of
the wood.
people.
Sure,
So yeah, it's nice
that's an awesome product.
for sure.
Christmas list.
That is really cool.
You can even change the colors underneath it too. So if you're like a green, blue, or red kind of guy to match your aesthetic. run with it.
Oh, so there's lights underneath the thing too.
There is.
I didn't catch. I'm looking at this right now. Actually, you can see that.
can get Jim out of his basement.
Definitely, right. That's true. There's definitely lights underneath it. And Realtor Lauren says Rich wants one in the basement. Is what she said in the chat.
I agree, Realtor Lauren.
Yeah, better sell a house real quick, Realtor. Get that done. And do you guys have like a particular code or a link or anything that you want, or just?
We do. It's shipping Steve.
Okay.
STEVE, and that'll get you free shipping on the product.
Awesome.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Okay. Hey, is local pickup available since it is here in Michigan or no?
I know they were discussing as long as it's local, especially if it's a business that's interested, because I know Ferndale has a couple of them in the bars there.
Okay.
I hear that a local store that is corporate as well, so available to other states, will be holding it as well. So you might have it accessible to just go pick up here soon.
Okay.
So
Walmart.
he's trying to get it.
No, he's trying
poker
to.
face.
Wait till later in the show after she's had another Sazerac. And then we'll get all the details.
Get all the inside info.
Okay, so it's going to be Tron-Vision.com. Tron-Vision.com. And then the promo code would be shipping Steve.
So
Shipping.
if I ordered
Steve.
a custom one, how long does it take to get it?
Right now, they are getting them out in less than a week to 2 weeks.
Wow.
So they because that was the issue with the wood one. It was taking about 3 weeks to build per. And so now, like I said, it's once you have a mold for something, it's just kind of easy to mass produce it. So they're ready to go. If you're ready, they're ready.
That's awesome.
What are you getting on the back end there, Tia?
What are you doing? Come on. That's not fair. That's not the kind of question.
I'm getting the joy of being able to game closer to my
It's pretty
gamers,
cool.
you know?
Well, plus
Pretty
it's your
cool.
neighbor. It's always good to help your neighbor out
Right.
with their business. I can appreciate
And I like
that.
to shop local.
And
There
that
you
is
go.
true. Yeah, I like to shop
Support
local.
local business, they say, right?
My favorite is Costco at Hall and
I don't
Shaner.
know if that's what they mean by shopping local,
That's
though.
beautiful.
You know what I mean? I don't think that's what they mean.
Like Radio Shack.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
That was my favorite store growing up. Ding.
Oh, God.
You know what that means?
It's your entrance music.
I wish I had it. I should have entrance music. I guess I do kind of the theme for the numbers, guys. It's time for the U.S. presidential election betting odds.
Oh, shoot.
Do these have some movement with the...
Hey, Jimmy, do we need to
What's up, buddy?
get our picks in before the 8 o'clock games?
Oh, shit. Yes, we do.
That is
let me turn
I
this
don't want
down.
to halt the music, but
No,
I mean,
stop the show.
wait for that to go
8
on.
o'clock games. There's an 8 o'clock game tonight. That's going to be the, who is tonight? Dolphins,
Bills and
Bills.
Dolphins,
Yeah.
It's also a college game.
Is okay.
really?
All right. If anybody has any picks for tonight, I don't. Maybe that's why I didn't think about it. Go ahead, D-Dub.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
for all my clients out there, they want to know.
Your client.
Two-pick
Poor clients.
251 strong.
Feel bad for 'em.
two-pick parlay. Same game parlay?
Okay.
SGP.
Touchdowns. Tyreek Hill to score. Josh Allen to score. Bring this up.
This is one of your
because
top picks?
This is one of my top picks.
Okay, gotcha.
It's plus 252.
Nice. All right.
And the better part is if you're a DraftKings guy like Rich,
I am.
there's a no sweat on that.
Oh, cool.
So
Yes.
no sweat insurance means that if you lose, you get a
Free bet.
credit back. Yeah. So
No risk.
Insurance at
Very-
the blackjack table.
Yeah.
Huh?
So this is a touchdown, no sweat
touchdown, no sweat. Tyreek
Gotcha.
Hill, Josh Allen. It's going to pay 252.
combo.
252.
So Josh Allen
Plus
has to run
252.
it in, right?
Yes, sir.
I gotcha.
Yes, sir. Then I also have the Dolphins minus 2.5. I think it's going to be a shootout.
Wow, you
And
got a lot of action on
I
this.
think
Yeah.
I think the Dolphins are going to probably win by a touchdown at least. Bills have a history of beating the Dolphins, even
do.
in Miami.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
they'll get them back in Buffalo. But for now, I think it's going to be a shootout in Miami, and Miami will probably win by about a touchdown.
Good.
That's all.
Thanks
That's
for
all I
reminding
got.
me. Anybody else got one for tonight?
I got Texas State minus 3 against Arizona State.
Texas
o'clock.
State minus 3.
Yeah. Texas State's the sneaky outside Power 5 team.
Okay.
They had a huge win last week. The name, they beat like a coastal type team, but they beat them by a lot. I don't know if maybe it was App State. So they beat somebody by 30. That was a comparable team. And Arizona State usually struggles. So I think this is a sneaky good one tonight. Low on the radar.
All right. Tia, anything for tonight? Would you want to?
I didn't place any bets on the game, but I do think, because I do the pick'ems on DraftKings, and then I'm in, obviously, fantasy football.
Sure.
And I got my money on Miami a lot this year, actually. I think Miami is consistent. They showed they're consistent. And the Bills, as much as you want to put faith in them, they just drop the ball.
They do.
They do. They choke. They do.
I'm with you. They barely, well, I guess Miami barely won last week, too, but you don't want to put too much faith in the first week of the NFL football schedule. Question for you. A-Chain playing tonight? It was a game time decision.
Yes.
It should be out. He is in.
I caught it right before I came in.
Okay, little Jimmy. He's on your team at home. Don't. I told him he's got to check.
Start
this
him.
is his first year of fantasy football. My
So
little
start
guy.
him.
My littlest
Nice.
guy. So I just wanted to make sure you're good. You can keep him in.
But hopefully, if you do deal with DraftKings, check out that about that no sweat already. No sweat TDs on any primetime game, it seems like. No lose situation.
Up to, is it a $25 or?
Mine's 40, but I'm
40
sort of
bucks, that's not
I'm
bad.
sort of a big deal over there.
Yeah, you're kind of a big
But
deal.
Big deal,
Just
Daryl.
nationally, sort of a big deal.
That's true.
They say you're huge in Japan.
I
Or
think
China.
that probably
Either
means
way.
I've just lost too much
That's
money at DraftKings.
It's an insult.
North Korea, probably.
All right. I think we're good now, right? Everybody got theirs in?
Yeah. So are we
right.
done with that other segment for time?
We're done with that. No. Well, we got to go over the presidential betting odds. We have to do that. We're required to do that. So here's where we're at after, what day was that? Tuesday's debate. After 2 days, and this is actually yesterday's number. So at Bet365, Kamala moves to minus 125. The Donald moves to even. BetMGM, Kamala moves to minus 120. BetMGM, even. Caesars, minus 120. Caesars, even. Sports Interaction, 120, even. Bet Victor, 120, even. So it's pretty much 120 for Kamala, and Trump is even money everywhere we go. Any thoughts?
Looks slightly
Without getting
like
too
it went in her
political.
favor from last week. Is that accurate? I mean, I think
Yes, everything moved towards Kamala on this one.
I think the debate really didn't change things too much, other than Donald at times got a little off kilter. But once again, she didn't roll anything out special that surprised me. But I think the kids really like the dogs and cats.
Oh, God, it's everywhere,
That
dude.
was pretty awesome. Yeah, yeah.
I've gotten a couple videos from my daughters already about one's got her putting her cat in the oven while she's cooking, and I don't like while they're playing his audio clip in the background. They're pretty funny.
Or Elf wanting to go to Springfield.
yeah.
right?
That was something. Yeah,
The internet is so quick with it, man. They're
Yes.
so quick with it.
they are really quick.
So, if anything, he gets some publicity because of that, right?
Sure.
And sometimes any publicity is good publicity, especially going into an election. So,
Are they going to do another one of these? Have we heard? No. Yes.
Nothing's-
Donald said today he's done with debates.
He said he's done.
He's done. So he
Okay.
said it today.
Well, he has done two, though. She's only done the one.
Right.
So.
He
Yeah.
said he's not going to do it anymore.
And I have to say, a lot less entertaining than they were back in was it 2016 with a live audience and all that.
Yeah.
that was
Right.
fun.
It just
now it's just not.
It seemed
not
too
fun.
sterile. Just the circle room with them two and the two moderators. Like
Yes.
it didn't seem comfortable. Like I think you need a crowd. Trump feeds off a crowd. I don't think that was his. He doesn't like that closed circuit basically
This is-
situation. So
Definitely the first debate that I just listened to. I started watching it, and then, like, one of them stays looking at one, the other one stays looking at the camera, and I was just like, let me just hear what they have to say, because at this point it's just making
looking at their
ugly
expressions.
faces at
Yeah.
each other on
Yeah,
a schoolyard.
Kamala was making
Right.
some faces too.
Yeah.
Everybody making faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we have it. By the way, I do have some chat here. I got Mikey's Holiday Inflatables. Mikey says, by the way, the leading YouTube channel for inflatables.
Yes,
Right.
my son.
Yes.
We got a new Halloween decoration at Home Depot this week.
Oh, when's the video coming out?
Try Ghost, like 6 foot tall, light up.
Nice.
It will be a main fixture on our island coming up in a couple
Sounds
weeks.
spooky.
So, yes,
How many inflatables do you have? Or does Mikey have?
I believe we got about 25 to 30 each of Halloween and Christmas, something like
So
that.
it's 50, just for
least.
Halloween
At
and
least.
Christmas.
At least, yeah. though.
That's a lot of
you drive by
inflation.
That's
our-
commitment.
If you drive
know?
by our house, and we'll show. He makes video. We make a video every year of him walking through it. So
Okay.
I'll pop it on the show when we do our Halloween one coming up. So
Okay.
Yep.
I'm excited. But anyway, he says, "Hey, Dad," and then we got we got Josh McIver, but not spelled like the MacGyver from
my favorite.
television fame.
Oh, I
spelled a
love
little
the
differently.
Phoenix
Foundation.
He says, "What's up, my homie Tia?"
Hey, what up, Josh?
What up, Josh?
That is someone that we game with, so we call him McNasty.
Okay.
Is he going to be on one of the Tron screens? One of
You
the
know,
four?
he might. He's
Okay.
that's the beauty of gaming is you make friends completely out of state. So
Okay.
he's actually our Florida friend.
Okay.
So we might see him when we go to Disney.
What game do you guys usually play?
Hardcore Gears of War fans.
Gears of War.
But I like to also link up with my brother and Josh. Actually, we play a lot of Call of Duty as well.
Okay.
Okay.
My favorite game in the world is Tetris, though.
Oh, hell yeah.
I
The Game
play
Boy
the
variety?
shit out of Tetris.
I used to link up the cord, right, with somebody with the Game Boy. You
Well,
link it up.
that's what's
Yeah.
cool now is they have like Tetris 99 where you can play it online and eliminate each other's 99 people against each other and just
Yes.
attacking. There's online versions where you go
Really?
against each other now.
Like
oh yeah.
Fortnite meets Tetris is what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Every line in Tetris you do knocks somebody else's lines, you know? So it's pretty cool.
Hey, did you send Tia the link for trivia by chance?
No.
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
No, I didn't.
Would
But she's probably can pick it up on the fly, I bet.
Can you do that?
Which needs a
You
link.
know,
I don't have. What's your phone number?
All right, right here. It is.
Let's not do that. Via Facebook. It was at Facebook that you guys were communicating before, right?
Yeah. Tia, what is the name of the song from Tetris?
Great question.
Oh. I thought you were
I
a big-
definitely zone out
thought
into
you were a big
it.
fan. Well,
I'm a big competitor.
It's like the Russian. It's like the old.
I can't even think of how that goes.
Like
The
a
But
song
you were
from
accurate though.
But
Oh,
it picks,
Tetris?
it picks up when your lines
It
start
does,
building.
yeah. That's why I told my friend about it that I work with. Yeah, no joke yesterday, and she's like, "Is there free online?" So she typed it in and was playing it, and she's like, "I don't notice it speeding up." And then she gets to like level 6, and she goes, "Shit, it's speeding up." And I'm like, "Yeah, it gives you time to get used to it." But then after that, it's just complete chaos.
All right, hold on. I think I got it here.
Oh yeah. Little Shikoski or something like that.
This
Now,
wasn't what I was thinking.
how about the MacGyver theme song?
MacGyver theme song? Okay,
Yeah,
I'll do that
Chloe
next
did it,
while,
okay.
while Daryl's.
I'm gonna be
Go
walking
ahead.
on some trademark infringements.
Yeah, we might
here.
be. Oops, sorry about that.
All right, so
Wrong
let's
button.
see. Message. Let's see if this works here, Tia.
We'll see.
Are you connected to our Wi-Fi?
I am not.
Jimmy, why don't you give out our Wi-Fi password?
Well, that I know
real
I
quick?
can't do. Can't
Hold
do
on.
that.
It came through. So.
Okay.
All right, let me just.
We're a little closer to the sun here, so you probably get better reception.
MacGyver theme song. Here
It's
we go.
warm if that's what you're referring to.
Might as well be walking on the sun.
Oh, this I remember. The
Yeah.
MacGyver theme?
This is no Dallas.
No, it is not
Wait, it's got
Dallas.
to kick in though, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to. Let's
Oh,
not
yeah,
get
let-
copyrighted. Let me turn it down for a second.
We haven't
and
heard the
then,
crescendo.
When it
Here we
gets to
go.
the main.
Is this John Williams?
dun, 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 dun.
Sounds like every other 80s TV
Right,
show.
yeah.
It does. Same as Hardcastle and McCormick. Anybody remember that show? No? Okay.
Sounds like Danger Bay.
What was the show with Belky in it?
Oh,
Perfect
Perfect Strangers.
Strangers.
that's
From Meatpost.
Yeah. He was from Meatpost.
Cousin
where?
Larry Appleton.
That was a
From
great
where?
show, man. That was a great
Meatpost.
show.
Meatpost.
Tia, do you remember that? You're too young. probably.
I do not.
Yeah.
I
TGI
don't.
Fridays? Did you watch TGI Fridays?
I did not.
Ooh.
No.
Family
Wow,
Matters?
that's-
Absolutely. yeah.
Okay, you know.
Well, that's
Oh,
part
yeah.
of it. Dinosaurs.
Used to know the whole Urkel dance. That's where it's at.
All right, let's do
Step
this.
by step.
Calling the
Somebody's-
masters of
Oh my
math,
gosh.
sultans of stats,
I just watched the whole
and
family go
czars
down
of
the
knowledge
slide.
that is
Yeah.
Boston College. It's the Numbers Guys Trivia.
It is time for Numbers Guys Trivia. And if you want, Tones, if you turn on that TV there,
Oh, yes, we should do that.
I signed into my Amazon account so we can
one?
watch. Yeah, that's the one. All right, Numbers Guys Trivia. Here we go. So the way this works, Daryl, you explain how this works? Because there's so many rules.
It's going to be a trivia question. It's going to be based on anything.
Fake news.
I think if it was Jeopardy, it would be potpourri. I want to say. And we're all playing here in the studio.
Right.
people can play amongst themselves at home.
Sure.
There's going to be a trivia question. You answer the trivia question. It's a multiple choice, I believe, typically.
Never. Well, once it was.
And the winner is, he doesn't have to do anything. But the loser, however, the loser has to buy beer for the following week.
You got it. If everybody gets it wrong, I got to buy the beer. If everybody gets it right, also, I have to buy the beer. Let's stick with our Louisiana theme of today's show. So we have Les Miles. Les Miles, he coached at what school just prior to arriving at Louisiana State in 2005? Les Miles coached at what school just prior to arriving at Louisiana State in 2005? And, of course, ties, Shelrow Chambeau, best out of 3. And Tia will be a proxy for me tonight because she's obviously not going to have to buy the beer next week. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You never know. I could do a drive-by drop-off.
No, you don't got to do it.
Sounds dangerous.
It does. Rich is thinking about it. It's so weird not seeing him with a hat on. I think you've only not had a hat on one show.
One episode,
Yeah,
I thought.
right. Yeah.
Yep.
And that was the one that was in...
I mean, I'm not apple
right there.
picking.
There we are. There's that one.
It's like the second one of all time.
Yeah.
Richie's postulation.
That was the one. That was the only time he didn't wear a hat. Besides today.
Yep.
Daryl's thinking about it. Tones is... he looks clueless.
I'm trying to think where he went after.
I know once I hear it, it's going to irkle me, as they say.
I would say we probably shouldn't spend too long on it since
Well, we can just answer it
we know
whenever,
the
right?
rules.
I think he was only
come
head
back to
coach at one spot.
I would say just guess, and that way, we all guess, and nobody gets it right. And
Tia, do you think you know the answer?
And mine was a coin toss, so I went with my 50-50 thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's got a 50-50
I do.
chance.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I chose the accurate one, but we'll see. And it's not a small school.
No.
So
You're right.
I don't know if that's helpful by any means. If you were thinking small school, it's definitely not a small school. It's a valid competitor.
Absolutely right.
I'm going to go with my gut then, because that's matching everything what I was thinking.
I'll say this. The school had a losing record up until he got there. There was a losing record for the school the first year he coached. I think coached for 3 or 4 years. And then after that, it became a winning college football team.
I've already submitted
So
my
I
response.
believe I chose correctly.
Okay.
But
All
we'll
right.
see.
You chose wisely. You chose wisely. Well, guys, I have what's next here on the agenda? Oh, we got Silk. Now, Silk, Jorel, he challenged us. Tones, you understand? You know how this worked out?
What's that?
How the Jorel challenge? What sort of happened with all that? How the backstory there for the people who haven't seen the show before?
I think he challenged you to a duel, and he said,
Yeah.
"I don't want to die on the streets, so let's pick 4 games instead." So
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So this thing's heavy, man. He challenged us.
Do you know Jorel, Tia?
I was just about to say we actually game with him. His
did
gamer
you?
tag is also
What doesn't
all-time
that
silk.
guy do?
So,
All-time silk. Yeah, he's a big
yeah.
silk.
What doesn't he
we
do?
play a lot of duty with him.
He's sort of a man for all seasons, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. He has something to say about everything, So.
does. Also, a college or a pro football handicapper, Jorel is. So he challenged us to pick 4 every week against the spread in the NFL. And the winner will get the coveted, it's against us, by the way, the coveted Chi-Chi's Cup. This is fine crystal. It is filled with Chi-Chis. And that's what the winner is going to get. So every week we're each picking 4. The numbers guys are each picking 1 each for a total of 4. He's picking 4 on his own. And the winner will get the coveted Chi-Chi's Cup. And just to recap here, here's how Jorel did last year. I think he had a rough week last week.
I think he had a lot of hope last
Yes,
week.
a lot of
Last week
hope.
was a lot of hope picking.
A lot of hope. Yes. And not a lot of success last week for Jorel. But
Lot of
dreams.
in any event,
That Obama's full of shit, man.
Was it the
hope and change.
change in something? Yeah.
Here's what he did. And by the way, we have not independently confirmed the numbers that are in front of you right now. So here's what he picked. Oh, shit. Actually, let me go over this. So this was the prior week. Here's the way we stand year to date. We have the numbers guys went 3-1 last week. I picked the turd.
But I thought whoever picked the turd had to do the Chi-Chi shot the week.
No, at the end, we all get to do the Chi-Chis if we win. Yeah. I had me and Jorel actually both had the Ravens last week.
Both had the Ravens.
And they both lost. So it really didn't cost us anything.
Nope.
Jorel went 2-2. We went 3-1. So congratulations to you guys. The 3 of you guys picked correctly. That's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
For this week, here's what Jorel's got. He's got the Browns +3 against the Jags. He's got the Colts -2.5 against the Pack. He's got the Steelers -2.5 against the Broncos. And the Saints +6.
Must have known Tio was going to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boy.
it's a Saints
I
pick.
felt that one.
Yeah, Tia, how do you feel about the Saints this year? Out of curiosity,
Honestly, I think we're going to be average. We're
500.
definitely in a building phase ever since we lost Drew Brees and and Sean Payton at the same time. Granted, I don't think we'll ever be a team without some type of like shining star wide receiver or running back.
Your biggest loss was Dan Campbell, actually. So.
Oh yeah, you know what? Fair statement, because y'all have been killing it, man. It's actually exciting to watch the Lions.
Yeah,
right
you guys
now.
should have retained him instead of letting him run over here.
Yeah, he should have taken Sean Payton's spot, honestly. But I don't make the call.
what happened to Chris Olave last week? Was he not playing or something?
All the Buckeye receivers
Did he
did
play?
absolutely duty.
A few too many hurricanes, I believe, the night before.
Nico Collins had more yards than all the Ohio State receivers in the NFL last weekend.
They just got hit by that hurricane. Remember last time we got a big one? It was a Super Bowl for us. So who knows? It's a coin flip, you know? Yeah, who dat, baby?
Very true. So this week, our picks. Rich,
Yes.
what did you go with? Actually, I'm sorry, Tones. We got to start with Tones.
Oh.
We started with you last week. Tones, you had the Chargers -6.
Oh, I was going to point.
Yeah, Chargers
you, buddy?
-6.
You can point.
What?
Oh, Chargers.
Point out above your head. Go like this. Yeah, the other side. There you go.
Hey.
Okay.
Well, close enough.
I'm confused.
Right here.
There's a Chargers helmet.
Look at the.
Oh, there is a Chargers helmet right there. Oh,
Just
yeah.
kidding. Right here.
Yeah.
Her lovely Saints beat up on the Panthers. Chargers looked pretty stout on defense. Offensive not quite explosive, but they beat the Raiders by 11?
12.
To 11-12. So I can't see how they're not going to at least get 6 or 7 more than the woeful Carolina Panthers.
It's hard to undo what these eyes saw against the Saints last week.
The Panthers just looked
That was bad.
absolutely brutal. I can't see how the Chargers don't win by at least a touchdown. I would be baffled if that
Something
happens.
about that West Coast to East Coast trip, though, was the only thing.
And Harbaugh has the defense, and it's going to travel. So
All right. D-Dubs, you had the Eagles -6.5 as your pick against the Falcons.
Yeah, it's a lot of points, but again, until another poor performance, the Falcons. Kirk Cousins, I don't think he's there yet, and I have to see something from him to before I don't bet against him. So, and the Eagles look great. They could have easily
they
beaten
look
the
pretty good, didn't they?
Super Bowl champions. So,
fly, Eagles fly.
yeah. 6.5's a lot, but what are you going to do?
That's Monday night, by the way, right? That's Monday Night Football.
I don't think
I believe it is, or is it Sunday night?
Is that right?
I thought it was a
playing?
primetime game. It's Eagles and Falcons. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong on that. By the way, Josh McIver, in the chat says it's almost hockey season. LFG Tones, that's your that's your jam.
MacGyver, if you want to come on during the Wings season, I'll be happy to have you.
Yeah,
He's more of a Panther fan, probably. Or
Is he a Panthers
He's
fan?
you know this answer.
Capitals.
How did he become
he's
a
a Caps
Capitals
fan.
fan?
Oh,
He's just
I don't support it.
I feel bad for that.
He's a communist.
That team's dead on arrival. They ain't making no playoffs this
I don't
year.
think they're running anywhere. So.
Yeesh.
let's not offend MacGyver.
Alex
Oh,
Ovechkin.
I think
Sorry,
they
MacGyver.
retracted the invite.
and by the way,
Make sure you hit subscribe before you hang up.
before you get away, like I said, subscribe.
If I need you to get out of jam, I'll call you.
Yeah, MacGyver right now, he's saying Caps, baby. And then Chris Pena in the chat. What's going on, Chris? Chris? He says,
how's the Falcons going to do this
he said,
week,
I
Chris?
screwed up on the Falcons pick. But you know what? It's okay. Week 1. It's week one. You
yeah.
can't put too much into
It's a
that.
mulligan.
Yeah, you get a mulligan.
We're in the same
Breakfast
conference,
ball.
and Falcons are like notorious for having a great team,
Oh, he's from
but
Maryland.
not producing anything. you know?
MacGyver is from Maryland.
I would say on paper, the Falcons, they look like they have the best team in the division. You're right. But
Yeah.
they didn't show it last week.
Nope.
Nope.
Cousins got hurt at the end of the season, and unlike Aaron Rodgers, he had a full year to recuperate. Cousins is working on like 9-10 months.
He didn't get to go
Yeah.
meditating in the forest.
That's true,
Rodgers
too.
Did, so
I don't see him doing the ayahuasca.
no,
No, that's very
he's
true.
just wearing his chain, walking around. So.
MacGyver, he says he's from Maryland. He just lives in Florida. So that makes sense.
Okay.
Why he's a Cavs
We'll give you a pass.
Back to the Chi-Chi's Cup. The quest for the Chi-Chi's Cup. I took the Rams +1. Now, I know that their offensive line is destroyed, and I know that Puka not playing, but still, I don't know, against the Cards.
The Rams were tough.
I know it's on the road.
Yeah,
They
Cardinals
played the
are
Lions.
horrible this year.
Cards are horrible.
The Rams played the Lions really tough, even without.
What's the
Nakua,
pick, Jim?
I took Rams +1. You can actually get them 1.5 if you want.
Over the Cards?
Yes, over the Cards in Arizona.
I like it.
That's going to be an interesting.
It's an
game.
interesting one.
That was one of
I get
my
it.
3 that I was looking at for my pick here. So.
Okay. And my thinking
Rams
too
are
was
banged up. I mean, the Lions
Rams
destroyed
are-
the rest of what was left of their offensive line.
But they
But
gave
not
us
until
fits,
overtime.
too. They gave us fits.
you know what I'm saying?
No, their offensive line.
They're off. I got you. So to me, because I didn't think Detroit looked very good.
Well,
They
defensively,
looked
they
okay.
did.
They looked okay. Defensively, looked pretty good.
Right.
Offensively,
That's the problem. Is there? They don't have any. I think it's just Jonah Jackson and 4 guys off the street right now.
I'd have to say that Detroit's pass rush is going to be better than Arizona's pass
Yes.
rush.
That's
Absolutely.
And considering one of the main factors is that the offensive line in LA is one of the problems why this number is flip-flopped, of course,
Right.
along with Puka. That's why I went that route.
Gotcha.
And
Remember,
then,
they still held Steelers to no touchdowns. They still
That's
got
right.
smoked somehow.
That's seven,
yeah, somehow.
7 field goals.
How that happens, I don't know.
7 field
But, yeah.
goals.
That's true. That's why I went that route. And then, Richie, you took the Pats 3.5. I like that pick.
Yeah, I kind of made a joke about Tones not naming me a defensive player, but they definitely
no-name defense.
They shut down Cincinnati, but Cincinnati really did not. I mean, they had nobody out there. They don't have Mixon anymore. Higgins got hurt,
And Burrow's a bust.
Yes, I'll agree
Burrow
with
is
you on
not a
that.
buzz. My goodness,
He's a bust.
Who is he throwing to? Name me a receiver that's on that team right now.
If he's that hyped, he should be able to find a way.
Ushmanzula?
If he was there, it would have been better than the other options out there. Yeah, so I was impressed with New England. I believe it's they're a home dog, and Seattle doesn't scare me one bit. So I think New England goes 2-0. I'm probably going to take a money line as well.
Sounds good to me. Here,
I like Jorel this week.
to recap, here are our picks. We got Tones Chargers laying 6. We got Eagles laying 6. That's Dub's picks. I got the Rams getting 1 on the road, and Richie has the Pats 3.5. 3.5. Man,
Saints.
I like that pick. I really
Saints
do.
getting points, right? 6.5 or 6, depending
Yeah,
on
that's
which.
what it sounds like. Yeah.
Remember that game we watched last year down in Ohio? Cowboys,
Oh,
Cardinals.
Cowboys Cardinals. I'll never forget that game.
That's what this reminds me of. The Saints are going into Dallas, and I think everybody assumes Dallas is going to win by like 2-3 touchdowns, and I don't believe in Dallas just yet.
Saints are going to come marching in, baby.
Yeah, I think it's a toss up, and it always is. I feel like when the Saints play the Cowboys, because you would think our rival team down south is like we don't like the Falcons. I'll say that much.
Sure.
But anybody else in our conference, we don't mind as much as cheering against the Cowboys. There's just something about cheering against the Cowboys.
I can see that
in
being
the
down there. Yeah.
It's huge, and my dad recently, this past Christmas, admitted to me that he's a closet Cowboy fan.
Oh, I like this
and
guy.
and I said, you basically
Love
could have
this
told
guy.
me you don't love me at that point. And so I always
Closet
get really
Cowboy
nervous
fan.
for this game because it's a fan rival.
Yeah,
It
sure.
is, yeah.
Well, I'm disagreeing with Darryl. I think the defense is fresh, and when they're fresh, that's a problem because number 11 is unstoppable. He couldn't, Deshaun couldn't do anything against them last week, and the fact that Carr is a below-average quarterback, that sits well for Dallas this week.
Well, that and honestly, Dallas could probably beat any team with their kicker alone after that last game. Are y'all kidding me?
66-yarders.
Yeah, my dad
called
was
it
like,
back.
I'm surprised they didn't send him out for the 71 at that
Yeah,
point.
that's what- yeah,
Better
yeah.
than the
I thought
play
they
they
were going
ran.
to.
Because
Right.
61's the record with Tucker from the Ravens.
I think
The
66 is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
66, yeah.
Against
So,
Detroit, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it
Sure
hit the
was.
bar. And
Yeah,
then
went over.
so it'd been
Yeah.
really cool to see a 71 or whatever team
Sure.
it was,
Yeah.
you know.
It was like kicking from literally the other side of the field from 71. You know, it's like the third.
Literally,
year
though.
At 39 or something.
As a football fan, though, I'd love to see it.
Yeah,
Love to
that's
see it.
crazy how far they can kick them.
that would be cool.
Well, you were talking earlier off the air about your affinity for LSU kickers, right? Or
Yeah, so when I was at LSU, we had this kicker, Brad Wing. I don't know if anybody remembers him, but he was very great at what he did, and he's such a showboat about it as well. So, like, I almost feel like he's the reason that you're not allowed to dance celebrate before.
He was like Martin Gramatica.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah.
He like tore his ACL dancing after a kick or something.
He was known for being really fast too, so he would do like the fake punt, and he would just run it himself. Touchdown. He's one of the kickers that we had that would get us
I think Campbell
regular
would like that.
touchdowns.
Okay.
Based on his faking and running abilities.
Did you guys ever? Did you hear him? Daryl and I were like,
remember
I don't
him.
remember him.
No.
I'm
Was he there
pretty
like
sure
during the Burrow years or like
No,
earlier?
he
This
was
is way
there
back.
with Jordan Jefferson and Mettenberger.
Mettenberger.
Yeah.
Okay. Was that
That was
Les
Les
Miles'
Miles. Yeah.
national championship?
So my freshman year of
Marcus
LSU
Russell.
was with Les Miles' first team, and I consider that, Saban's team because it was from his recruiting staff.
Yes.
So the first year he wasn't with us, but I'm pretty sure Brad Wing was either 2010 or 2011 with us.
Okay.
So
Wow.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad we're shifting gears to college football.
transitioning?
That's,
Yes. Well, you can't say
how we-
transition on this show.
It's always
Are you kidding
acceptable
me?
to
I
transition.
mean, you can, kind of. I don't know. Let me.
Are you white ring backed or something?
No, we're not. Every time somebody says transition, usually Tones laughs about it.
That's funny.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and phone in College Football Joe for the first time. Don't you know what this song is?
You think
Tones?
he'll answer, Jimmy?
He said he's going to.
It's,
Put him at about 50-50.
We're going to try this.
it's
We
an
put
ug-
nods on this
It's
too.
an ugly song.
Normally he's like, never call me.
What song is this?
It's the Buckeyes.
Oh, is it? Oh, he's a Buckeyes guy.
He is the Buckeyes.
All right, live from North Carolina. Let's see if we can't get College
North
Football
Kakalaki Joe.
Oh, I hung up immediately. Did he hang up on me immediately?
I
That
tell
bastard.
you.
Let's try it again.
Show's not for everybody.
Yeah, I'll take that. It's pretty good. College Football Joe, all the way from North Carolina.
Hello, Gordon. Thanks for calling. How can I take your order?
Hey, College Football Joe, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, man?
I'm going to silence the Ohio State Buckeyes fight song here.
I mean, you can leave it run as long as you want on my account.
No. We're not going to leave it running. Trademark infringement. We have to worry about that. So how you doing, man? Everything good in North Carolina?
Doing good, buddy. Long time listener, first time caller.
There you go. And we're excited to to release your top picks for the week, which so far, by the way, I don't know if you're aware of this, College Football Joe, but season to date, you're 5-1.
Not bad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so far so good.
That's Jorel territory.
It's not quite that good. Nobody's that good. Nobody's as good as
Back
Silk.
to that dude's stats I saw. I was watching the show for about 15 minutes before. That guy's stats is good.
Well, they haven't been independently verified, College. So,
All
but
the same.
yes, so your stats have. Coopers and Lybrand did that for you. So here's your number one pick, your first pick of the week. We've got
More like Arthur Anderson.
Arthur Anderson. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got an Enron situation going on here.
Quality.
I like the emoji you chose there, or whatever that.
I was talking about this.
You
game,
like
right?
that?
I was talking about this.
It's,
I don't know where that came from.
it's just silk.
So just so you guys know, you might have experience with this too. I don't have a lot of input here. Jim kind of does his thing. So
Yes, I just do what I do.
I was thinking about this game too.
You were thinking about this game, Tones?
Wisconsin.
Okay.
Yeah, tough.
All right.
16.5 at home, Wisconsin.
That's
That's a lot.
Wisconsin plus 16.5 at home against Alabama. Joe, tell us why you went with this, Joe.
thanks for the lead-in. Yeah, I mean, I wish I had some like crazy alchemy to dazzle the audience with, but basically, I just kind of like. I think big home dogs are appealing. It's hard to really whip someone at home. Alabama really never travels north. They're underperforming so far. New coach, new staff. I kind of wish this game was at night. I would have liked to see Alabama come into Wisconsin at night.
little jump around at 8:30.
Absolutely, yeah, a little jump around on them. So I think that's just a lot of points for Alabama to cover that far north, unfamiliar. We'll see. I mean, they're certainly capable of it, but if you got to pick somebody, I kind of like that's attractive to me right off the bat.
I think noon is the new primetime late night game. You notice
Well,
that?
now that they staked Pac-12 After Dark in the heart, but
Well, they're back. Do you see that college football, Joe? They had 4 new teams today.
Yeah, I like Boise going
I
there.
saw it.
Yeah, Boise.
Boise,
Yeah, I love,
San Diego
I love
State.
Boise.
Yeah, all the good teams. They took basically the top 4 and said, "We're done. We're done with the Mountain West."
We're done with the mountain. I saw New Mexico. I saw they were looking at New Mexico too for the next round. I like
Oh,
that.
really? They should really just take California and Stanford back and apologize for going all the way to the East.
I mean, that comes up later. I think I don't know what order Jim has these in, but that's part of why I like Oregon State.
Okay.
Oh, well, let's get on to number 2 then.
Well, just a perfect bridge.
That was. This isn't the one, though, unfortunately. No, sorry.
He was thinking like me. Yeah.
This is Purdue plus 10 at home against the Fighting Irish.
That's one of my picks this week.
This is one of your picks this week, Tones. Man, you guys.
Common ground.
Notre
Yeah,
Dame
common
has
ground.
not been impressive, and Purdue, the spoiler makers at home with
Hey,
10
who's the
points.
football handicapper extraordinaire here?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we're not paying you for this. We're paying. Although,
I agree. I'm
Just
saying I
eating up
agree.
Joe's time here. No, I'm
right.
kidding.
I agree.
No, you did really
Well,
good last year, Tones.
I mean, I've been watching since season 1, episode 1 here, and I think other than on one very specific case, Tones and I kind of line up pretty good on most things, believe it or not. So yeah, it's not surprising.
It's not like
What
Tones
is the
needs to do more
specific
college football.
cases that typically you and Tones don't align with?
I was
Those that
thinking
I've
the
looked at?
same thing, you know.
I feel like we slightly disagree on the Ohio State Michigan game, but other than that, we're
Oh,
usually
Yeah, you guys are
I usually
pretty close.
nod when he's talking. So.
Yeah. All right, Joe. So we got Purdue plus 10. What's your thoughts there?
Same thing. It's a lot of points on the road. I mean, it's not too far on the road. Notre Dame, again, underperforming. I think they wanted a lot more out of Riley Leonard's passing game than they're going to get. I think Purdue has still got their pass happy thing. Bang that drum. Don't know that Notre Dame has enough in them just to cover that. So it's a big spread for a home dog. I kind of like that.
Okay.
Purdue has some type of like top quarterback too. Was he a transfer or something like that?
Yeah, there.
Anybody? No.
Drew
Okay.
Brees,
Let's
I
move
believe
on.
it was.
Just True Brees.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Purdue's quarterback.
Kyle Orton is back.
It's like his name's Carter or something like that.
Yeah, sorry, I got a little bit of a delay because I'm watching the feed as well, so I
Gotcha.
might be a little bit behind you.
All right. And then last but not least, the number 3 pick. There it is. Oregon State getting 16.5 at home against.
Is that the sweet tones?
I took that one too. I'm on that one too.
That's actually one of your top picks, Tones?
And
All 3 of them.
Two of those 3 are my
Oh.
picks for the week.
Wow.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hack
I
in
think-
to college football Joe and my conversation?
I was talking about the Wisconsin. I didn't pick that, but I was talking about that with Daryl about one of them last week.
No shit.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, if somebody out there wanted to gamble, I'd take Oregon State on the money line on this game.
I like gambling.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're going to take Oregon State
Yes.
on the money line? Yes, you are. All right.
I mean, the Oregon State still got that. They still got that sledgehammer running game. It's it's a road. If anyone's underperforming so far, it's definitely Oregon. I mean, going into Corvallis, like in the city, especially because of what Oregon and everyone just did to the Pac-12. I feel like the Beavers are real opportunity for them to make a big statement on their whole season, knocking off. I think Oregon State has a good chance of actually winning the game. Never mind covering 17 points, but I'd definitely take 16.5 or whatever then.
Yeah.
I feel like every season Oregon State, though, comes in and they shock people on the bigger games because LSU meets them a lot, actually, Oregon State. And it's definitely one of those, like, it's kind of like almost like Troy as well. Whenever LSU plays Troy, it's like it's really hit or miss. And it's not a team that's super well known, at least in the Troy aspect. But I could totally see Oregon State putting the Ducks down.
Beaver trap out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a tough place to play.
I'd say 69.
It's a giant killer out there.
And I would give Joe, I would tail maybe that pick just because he knows how to pronounce Oregon. As
he said
opposed
it
to
correctly.
most of the other people
Yeah,
on this show.
I say Oregon.
Beside
He
Tia.
lived out that way. So
That's the
he
first
did.
time I've ever heard it said Oregon is when I moved here, honestly.
Oh, really?
Everywhere in Louisiana, it's Oregon. If you say Oregon,
Yes.
when I first moved here,
Oregon.
I thought of what's that
No.
show, Small
Yeah.
Soldiers? Did the movie Small Soldiers? I was like, that's what I thought of whenever y'all said Oregon, but
Oregon.
I was very
Small
confused.
Soldiers. Do you got that one, Joe? Small Soldiers?
Well, I'll tell you, I lived out in Seattle for about 10 years, and if you want anger Oregonians, you can definitely play with the pronunciation if you want to get into the Washington Ducks rivalry a little bit.
Well,
that's
as
a
a
good time.
Cajun, I'm not going to fight with anybody on pronunciation. That's not our strong point. Not our strong point.
I thought Cajun was its own language down there.
It kind of is. It's a mush mouth, you know. That's right. Get me drunk or angry. I'll need subtitles type situation. So let's go swamp people.
Okay, Joe, what's your favorite swamp movie? You gotta play for us there.
My favorite swamp movie.
If it's not Waterboy,
does Piranha count?
Yeah, I was gonna say Waterboy is the only one that comes to.
Here's an off the radar one. Never Ending Story.
Hey, love that movie. All of them. 1, 2, and
There's a
3.
major swamp scene in there. Yeah, when he's in like quicksand. You ever see it? Okay.
Seen it. Lots of
Never Ending
times.
Story.
It's still going
It's
if you haven't seen it. Yeah,
That's a
never.
thing. Netflix.
What?
The Artex trauma that most of us '80s kids suffered.
Yes.
A trail.
What was the one with the down in the swamp with Timothy Curry?
Well, isn't there like what's Crocodile Dundee? That was swamp too, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you thinking
Yeah.
of Clue?
Outback.
The Times Squares.
I thought Joe would know this one.
Wow, Jim.
Well, Tim Curry isn't really giving it away.
Tim Curry. How many movies has that guy been in that anybody has ever heard of?
Home Alone
He was
2.
in It, Clue.
Clue?
Am I thinking of a different guy? This is going back into the 50s.
He was in like the Rocky Horror Mountain.
Different guy.
Oh, that's Tim. You got the wrong
Tim Curry?
Tim Carney?
God dang it.
That might be why.
You got
The
the
guy-
wrong.
This is a
Tim's
movie
crisscross.
this is a black and white movie that takes place on the bayou, and he murders a gal and trying to get away with it, or he gets murdered
Or, I mean,
by the gal.
the big one, Shrek. Get out of my swamp, you know? So,
Another swamp.
pick your swamp movie.
Wow.
Legendary.
You got the right person in here for swamp movie history.
Well, any other cinephiliac questions that you guys like to ask Joe? He's a cinephile extraordinaire, as it says on his.
That's a hard pivot. It's a hard pivot.
It is. We got through the college football part. Now we're talking movies real quick. Anything?
Got a favorite football film?
There's no confusion with pedophile with it.
No, there is not. Thankfully, it's
Were they in
spelled
the swamp
correctly.
and Goonies at all? Kind of. Or
No.
were they like under the water.
I was going to say that's more beachy, right?
Beachy.
I think they were in the Pacific Northwest. I think
Oregon.
maybe Joe can confirm that.
Oregon. I'll tell you what, though, for the LSU guest there, I got to tell you, I'm a huge college football fan, obviously, and I think when Burrow pulled out that EAUX jersey on senior day for LSU was one of the
That's
coolest
nice.
things I've ever seen. Yeah.
I was like, a lot of people up here, they were like, why? Why would they oaks it? And I was like, it's O for us. Everything is EAUX.
You said,
You
said
that
it's
was amazing.
It's a swamp thing. You
You
wouldn't
know,
get it.
it's a popular last name down there, too. You got all the Boudreaux. you know?
What happened
So-
to my boy Ogeron?
Well,
Coach O.
it seems to be a
That's dipping the
coaching-
company.
You need a Hummer?
Yeah, I was
in
about
the
to
ink.
it tends to be a coaching habit at LSU. So, you know,
Is
something
he-
about them
It was
Southern
one of my
girls. They
it was
say,
one of my
you know?
favorite coaches. of all time.
Hey, his interviews by
They were
far
the
the
best.
best.
Yeah.
The best.
And Mike Leach was Leach, right?
Oh, Leach.
Yeah, he was one of my
He was pretty
favorites.
good too.
Is he a legit Louisiana guy or is he a fake Louisiana guy?
Oh, absolutely legit. That dude sounds like he's straight out Monroe.
We need a spy cam on Coach O now. Like, what's he doing with all that money? Like, I bet he seems like the kind of guy who's like, all right, fire me. Thanks. I'll see you later.
Literally needs his own show. Like,
We do. We need to catch up with him.
He'd probably come on.
He'd probably come on. I'm sure he would.
But yeah,
Once we get
get
the
him on
game,
the show, man. Book him.
Right. We're still working. We're working on George.
we're gonna need to
Blaha
bring
right now.
T in here to
Remember
decipher
George
what he's
Blaha?
saying. But
I'll be the translator, absolutely.
Yeah,
No
that-
problem.
Yeah, we would need that.
Sure thing.
well, we got the old school Dolphin jerseys here. Those are my favorites.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. Well, listen, College, thank you very much for being on. Well, hopefully next week we'll be able to connect again, and we'll go over your next week's top 3.
Yeah, man. Like you guys, I got a rough youth sports schedule going on. I got to negotiate around, but glad it worked out, and love the show. You guys do a real good job. So thanks for having me on for a minute.
Thank you.
Thanks, college.
Good luck, because
Nice to
if
meet you,
you do well, I'll be doing well too.
That's right.
We're in the same boat, it sounds
Yeah.
like. Real
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Be well, guys.
See you guys.
Take care.
See you, buddy.
Do you say
All right, bye.
Utes or youth?
Utes.
Utes.
2 Utes.
That was College Football Joe, everybody. A little insight there on the college football marketplace. My screen went off on the front of the
Good.
desk here. Yeah, what's up with that?
Again,
It's
You
always something,
You
man.
could
Every
use a
week.
Tron
It's always
right there
something.
on your
Instead, I
desk.
want to have
We could use a Tron right up
Tron-Vision
here.
right here.
I'm telling you, it's
We
what
have
we have
Trons
to
all
do.
over. I
There's
want one in my
power
office.
because there's a light there.
Daryl, can we put
Just
we can put
saying.
one in the office, right?
What did you say they were? 1,200?
I think it's 1,500 and up.
Or 1,500?
Yeah,
Okay.
but like it ended obviously, but they do like the Labor Day weekend specials and stuff like that where you can find it. I think it was 1,200 to 1,700.
Okay.
So they do this.
That's a good spot.
That's a
Perfect spot right there. Yeah.
the gas line.
So how much extra is the customization if I want like a Red Wings and
Honestly, I
Tiger.
am not
All right, I
100%
got you.
sure. I think it depends also, like, the colors and stuff that you're going into. It's all the plastics. So.
How much equity you got in this thing, Tia?
I'm
did you get it on the
I'm
bottom
gonna-
floor? Private equity fund?
look for that answer back here like I did a second ago.
Right.
Well, they're waiting for the private equity fund to
Yeah.
come in.
Yeah.
That's the next step.
Brought to you by BlackRock.
How's everybody fixed for drinks before we get into the NFL for in 30 minutes? Everybody good?
I'm fixed.
Everybody got enough?
Hour and 30 minutes?
Because
Yeah.
it sometimes takes a while.
Am I allowed to step and go make another
Of course,
beverage?
yes,
hey,
of
I'm
course, you
gonna,
may.
I'm gonna do
There's
that and I'll be right back.
All right, that's why
Oktoberfest
I
over
asked.
here, or
Yeah, those are probably
Blue
good warm
Lantern.
by
I
now.
What?
appreciate you, but
You-
I'm gonna utilize the supplies that are out.
All right, all right. So we'll wait for Tia to come back. It was good to have College Football Joe on. And I know I've had his picks on occasionally for years, and I'm going to make this a regular thing now.
Cinephile
Pretty
Joe.
well spoken for a Buckeye, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. He was a little concerned, which is right. If there might be a rift between him and Tones, but I think everything.
Sounds like they're
everything went
lockstep.
okay. Yeah, they really does.
Until November.
Yeah, yeah.
Gone till November.
I don't know. Is that really going to be a thing this year? I'm not a college football guy. I think everybody knows that.
The way Michigan's trending, it's not going to be a thing.
Yeah,
They'll get their stuff together.
I don't think they're that bad. I thought maybe they would be,
I think they're
but I
8,
was
9 wins.
relatively impressed that they hung around in the second half.
So the one thing, the quarterback that they were going to use got dinged up in spring practice.
Who's that?
Tuttle. And I think he played for Indiana for a little while before.
Lisa Tuttle,
Yeah.
legendary character on the show.
Oh, we're going the opposite way here,
So
folks.
there's rumblings that he's healthy and they're going to start working him in this weekend. And he may be taking over duties. So I want to see with the quarterback that we had designated as our starter to actually see what he does with the offense. So,
makes sense.
got a long way to go. We replaced the whole offense. We got a long way before we get to November here to see what happens. So.
Long season, as they say.
That's what they say.
Here's what I found
And
funny.
Sparty's okay. I'll compliment the Spartys. I think they got a receiver.
Yeah, big win for the Spartans.
That's for sure. And I was impressed how they fought back against Maryland.
That was a nice win, but I mean, what I find funny now is
They got
that
a connection. They got a QB to receive the
Childs
combo there.
definitely has upside, which is probably like
But a freshman receiver that I think
Yeah,
you're gonna be able
Marsh.
to count- Yeah, you're gonna be able to count on that guy. I think.
no, but I think it's funny. You listen to the radio now, and they're comparing the rosters, and all of a sudden they're both comparable. Like if you were listening, like people were saying that the Spartan roster is as good as the Wolverine roster. Wolverines have like 4 first-round picks on their team.
Right.
It's like ridiculous.
Yeah,
Right.
State has a lot of hole. I mean, let's not forget they barely snuck past FAU the week before. I mean, and Maryland's probably an average Big Ten team, and that's probably being nice. So,
In their best year.
yes, exactly. Even with Tua, they were like, what they finished 5th maybe out
I
of
don't think it
12
was technically
one time?
Tua, but nevertheless.
Yeah, I
No,
want to
Tua's
see
on the-
Michigan this
Tua's
week
brother.
play,
Tua's brother. Yeah, what I say.
and then we got
Tua?
USC next week. So the following week. So
They have
I
like
want
the
to see
same
that.
name.
I think they would rather had Tua, though.
They
Yeah,
definitely
Tua.
rather have Tua.
We would have to.
They had
Tagovailoa.
yes, I think that is right, actually.
Tua.
We're just watching a little bit of this.
So what I find funny, like even
Instant
in the
classic.
80s, like so they're wearing their 80s jerseys, the Dolphins. It's like the font is so big, it was like made for like people that couldn't see very well. Like their the names on their jerseys are huge.
Maybe the TV quality wasn't quite as good.
Oh,
back
that's
then.
true.
I remember,
Everything
like-
was square. You remember that? It was rough. That was rough. Okay, Tia is back, the Ragin Cajun, who actually isn't a Ragin Cajun. I'm going to touch on the chat here as well.
Oh, boy.
We got Chris Pena says that Chase doesn't want to play until he gets paid. And I can understand that.
The Bengals are a notoriously cheap organization. So.
Yeah.
Yes. Just pay the guy. You're going to pay him anyways before the season's over. This is like so ridiculous.
Sure. And then he also says, this is the same Chris. He lives in Atlanta, by the way. He says,
Now, Atlanta, Georgia, or...
There's Atlanta, Michigan. If you're
Yes.
there
aware
is.
of that.
Yeah.
But you're talking Georgia here.
He says, we don't like the Saints either.
It's fair.
The
That's
feeling
fair,
is
baby.
mutual.
Like, we wouldn't be as good as we were if we didn't have rivals we wanted to beat. So bring it on, Bird.
Very true. Appreciate the chat, Christopher. And let's do the NFL in 30 minutes. I'm going to have to cut this one short again tonight.
Great book, Richie.
Yes.
Okay, I'll cut that off. Okay. All right. So NFL in 30 minutes. This is where we go through every NFL game. We try to do it in approximately 30 minutes. We put a timer on the screen. We're going to try to keep it to 2.5 minutes a game.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you're
Sure,
the reason
I
why we had
talk
to
a
put a
lot.
timer on the screen.
When you're
But
in,
we
I
love you.
also listen a
Love
lot.
that. You do. You talk more than you listen.
it's
sometimes.
automatic
Yeah.
over when Daryl's.
Yeah.
I say, we can have Steve be the moderator from the debate the other night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there
He's
you
like,
go.
Actually,
I
we
hope
need
you're
to get
better
more
than
topics.
David Muir. Okay.
Actually, Daryl, you're wrong about that. All right, here we go. Here's game number 1, NFL in 30 minutes. We've got, this game's on right now. Bills at Miami, 2.5. Miami was laying at home. This really doesn't matter so much anymore because, of course, the game's already started. So who wants to start with this one? Tia, you want this?
Yeah, I said earlier and
Yeah.
say it again. I'm going Miami on this one. I just think the Bills are some chokers sometimes. I have a lot of friends that are huge Bills fans, but there's just something about a hurricane in the Gulf that brings out the best in all the surrounding states. And the jump scare this week, I think Miami is over preparing for a game based on the situation they're in right now, and I think they're going to go in pretty good. And I have their quarterback on my fantasy football team, so they better, you know.
That's right. That's right. Richie.
Yeah, this was a stay away game for me. I feel like Buffalo should win it, and they're up 6-0 as we talked. But something about Miami at home, hard to. It's early in the year. I think they start quick every year, and I'm gonna pass on this one. I don't really have a feel for who's gonna win the game. So
Okay.
I do have Josh Allen, so go Bills.
Go Bills. Tones.
Yeah, I think Buffalo played a little better than I thought last week. And Miami didn't have the offensive explosion I thought they were going to start the season with last week. So I'm kind of still feeling both teams out, and I would probably not bet on it if I were going to. So I would just stand back, watch a good Thursday night game. So.
Stand by and stand down.
A lot of the talking heads were down on Buffalo, but then they did pull it out, and I think they even covered. Or was it a push?
No, it
Cardinals
was
game.
Well, it locked in at 6.5, but you could get it earlier for 6.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
And the Dolphins, too many people locked up in that particular game.
Mm-hmm.
Locked up.
Locked
Locked
up.
up. Oh,
You're
like-
talking about Tyreek. Is
crying.
that what you're trying to say here?
They went Scotty Scheffler before
They
the
went
game.
Scotty Scheffler on his ass, and you know what? No, I don't know. I like the Dolphins now. I'm in the hole 6-7-0. So I guess I got to change my pick. No, but not really. Seriously, but no, not really.
Yeah, but kind of, maybe.
Sometimes.
All
Have you
right.
changed your view on fracking?
Here's
as
what I
well?
came with this.
Oh
one.
my gosh.
Fracking. What do they have here?
I don't want to hear about windmills, Tones.
Yeah, they're ugly. They got the beautiful
Screws
deserts
up the
and
reception on my
plains.
TV.
Yeah,
They're loud.
kills the birds.
Melania.
My number came to
watch
Miami
the
minus
television.
3.9. It was Miami minus 2.5. I would have went with the Dolphins here, although I didn't put anything on this game. So there you have it.
They're eating dogs.
There you have it.
Dogs.
They are eating dogs. Yeah. All right, next one. We've got the Raiders at the Ravens. This game's 1 o'clock game. And who wants this one? Richie?
Yeah, I think it's hard to get on Raider Nation. I mean, they have, as I say, a quarterback issue there. As much as I like Minshew's mustache.
It is pretty sweet.
It is dope as hell.
Tia, you like that mustache?
Yeah.
Like I'm all for a bearded fella. You know what I mean?
There you go. Hence your husband.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right.
I was just
That's
random
right.
examples here.
I heard he's a gamer as well.
He's a
but
gamer,
anyways,
yeah.
you guys would
A
know more
bearded
than that
gamer.
than me. Yes. So, I can't see. Baltimore lost last week, so I think they're going to make themselves right here. I don't really like the 8. I'd probably buy it down to 7, but either way, Baltimore is my pick in this one.
Tia, what's your thoughts here? Anything?
I probably wouldn't do anything on this game, honestly. I think it is a 50-50 coin toss. I do prefer Raider Nation over the Ravens. Granted, I think that comes also from being a Saints fan. But Raiders, to me, I just love the enthusiasm of everything as a whole that goes around with the Raiders, and I have no love for Baltimore, honestly. So I just wouldn't put money on this game.
I hear you. Toners?
Yeah, I think the Ravens will get on the winning side by 10 or so, and I think they'll cover. So, ride the Ravens.
I try to figure out what was fake last week and what was real. Does that make sense, Jimmy?
That makes
I thought we lost you over
total
there.
sense. No, I'm typing shit in over here.
All right. I think the Ravens are going to be, once again, just as good as they were last year. And a lot of people had kind of thought they were going to take a step back. And the Raiders, I kind of felt like I didn't think they'd be that much better, but people were suggesting maybe they were going to be better. Didn't look better last week.
No.
I know there's a Harbaugh effect if you
Hashtag
ask Tones.
Harbaugh effect. Yep.
But I'm sticking with the Ravens.
Stick with the
Cover.
Ravens.
Cover.
With the other
Covering.
Harbaugh.
Yes, sir.
9.5. 9.5 is that number.
Just like they didn't cover last week.
cover
Pinky
at
toe.
Pinnacle. I came to Raiders minus 11.5. So I'm sorry, did I say Raiders? Ravens minus 11.5. So yeah, I'd have to go. I'll have to go Ravens here. Minus 11.5. God, that
You
seems
figure
high.
the spread's
Total of
8.
42. Yeah, that's about right.
You figure the spread's 8 and you're going 3 over. That's really like a typical 3-point game being like a 1.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes
sounds
sense.
right. Sure. All right. Next up, we've got the Chargers at the Panthers. Chargers at the Panthers. God, I hate the Panthers. I hate them with a passion. So bad. You can get the Panthers plus 5.5 if you shopped a little bit. You can get them Chargers laying 4.5 over at FanDuel. And let's go. Let's go Daryl on this one.
Okay, well,
What do you
the
think,
Chargers
Daryl?
are
Oh,
not
let's start
that
the
good
timer
in
here.
Tones. I don't care what you say about your coach. I don't care.
It's my football coach.
I don't care. I don't care. But
He just doesn't care.
ultimately, Panthers are probably, as Jim will tell you, the worst in the league. And so you just keep betting against them at this point until they prove otherwise.
Yeah, Tones.
This is my pick for the week in the Jorel showdown. Both Harbaughs will cover, and Chargers easily by 10 or more.
My eyeballs are still burning from what they were calling football last week in the Carolina-New Orleans game. But in the NFL, they bounced back, and this is a West Coast team coming to the East Coast. I'm going to stay away from this one because I'm going to tell you one thing about Harbaugh. He probably just keep running it, and the Panthers are going to come in with a swoop in with a backdoor touchdown. Probably cover this line, but I ain't going to bet it because I can't unsee what I saw last week.
Mm-hmm. Do you?
I think the Chargers are going to spank the Panthers. I think they're going to come right out and not give them a chance.
Agreed.
I think it's all going to be, can they get close enough to get their 3 points?
Yes. Yes. Now, my model's going to be a little different story. I got the Panthers should be plus 5.2. They're 6.5. Still, there was not an offense in the league that was worse than the Panthers were last week. The worse than the Panthers were last year. Bryce Young, Heisman Trophy winner.
I mean, they
Bryce
got a
Young,
up-and-coming
guy's a
quarterback.
hack.
Bust.
Terrible.
Bust.
Terrible. Yeah, you can't bet on the Panthers. I don't care if this was 10. I wouldn't take the Panthers. So
telling
yeah,
you.
I'm gonna go. I would go
He did beat C.J. Stroud last
Chargers.
year.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He did.
Yeah. Very
Everyone
true.
gets lucky every now and again.
Right.
He beat the Lions 2 years ago, right? Not him, but the Panthers
They did.
kept the Lions out of
Who's
the
quarterback?
playoffs.
Yeah.
How about the Saints?
Not
I'm going to give
talk
this one to
Sam
Tia.
Darnold?
Shit.
Saints at the Cowboys. You got the Saints getting 6 on the road.
I would never bet against my boys at all whatsoever, but it is always a coin toss with these two. It's a well-seasoned rivalry. It is, but the thing is the Cowboys have the weapons. They have all the weapons in all the right places. If you ask me, now that Dak Prescott's happy with his contract, I do think that the Cowboys are going to come on top, unfortunately. But I got hope in my boys, so I just wouldn't put money on this one because I do think it's not going to be in my favor.
By the way, the Cowboys laying 6 or 6.5.
And like I said, Cowboys kicker right now, you just get him on the field with a little bit of room, and he's going to get it. So
Yeah.
we could just get beat by him alone as long as they keep us from scoring.
Yep.
Now, Richie, also a big Cowboys fan.
Huge Cowboys fan. Brandon Aubrey alone will cover this spread. He will score more than 6 points than the Saints. I don't know if I can bet that, but if I can, give me those odds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're 1,000% correct here.
I think CD Lamb gets loose in this game. It's close up until 8 minutes left in the first quarter. I got like 44-17, something like that.
Okay. Jones?
I'm not touching the spread, but I like the over on this. I think it'll be
That's a good pick.
30-something to 20.
What is the over-under on this?
46 and a half.
Yeah, 46 and a
I'm
half.
going over.
Nice.
Call me crazy, but I do like the Saints. Reasons stated earlier, that just seems like they. I forget what was my reason earlier.
You had some reasoning. I didn't commit it
let's
to
just go
memory,
with
though,
that.
unfortunately.
No, I think that the Cowboys, what they showed me last year is every time you think that they're going to blow somebody out, then they end up losing outright. So
First, they got to blow somebody out, and then they do what you're going to. Like, they're going to smoke the Saints and then probably lose to the Panthers the next week or something.
wasn't that that was a blowout last week against the Browns, wouldn't you say?
It's true. It's the Browns,
Right.
though.
Yeah. So last
And then you put them against the Panthers. Come on.
last year, I think that was week 3 when they played the
Yes.
Cardinals last year, and the first 2 games, or the second week of the season, they won by like 35 over some. I can't remember who they played, but yeah, I like the that number. I got in on it early, and it didn't really move much. So I'd still like the Saints.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It opened. Cowboys laying 6.5. It's at 6 right now.
Should be in.
Short.
My number came to
it's close.
Cowboys laying 6.3. Although my point total came under 43.7 versus 46.5 on this. But I kind of agree with you, Tones. You know, it seems like it should be an overplay there. I think I'd probably just leave this one alone. I know that's a cop out, but that's what I would probably do.
It's
here.
okay. Sometimes that's saving money.
Yeah, that's very true. If you're not sure, then don't bet it.
Save tampons and money. No.
What was that, Tones?
In that order.
Yeah. I think I might have skipped over this one. Okay, so here we go. We got the Browns at the Jags. Brown at the Jags. The Jags laying 3 at home across the board. Painted 3.
You
41
gotta
and
be
a half.
kidding me right now, Jimmy.
Kidding me.
What's happening? I see the Bills doing
There's a
dances out
flag.
there.
There's a flag.
There's a flag.
Oh, yeah.
We're not a
Okay.
big fan of penalties up here. In the,
No, we don't like the zebras. Dub, why don't you take this one?
I'm not really doing anything with this one because I don't know what the deal is with the Cleveland Browns. I do believe that Watson's probably toast, but last year their defense was pretty stellar, right? Didn't they ride that defense?
Right. They wrote it all
And
in.
has it taken a step back? I don't know. But I think Jacksonville is one of those teams as well that's probably 9 or 10 win team. They find ways to lose, but leave it alone.
Jones?
And it's going to be a boring, low-scoring game. Give me the under. Under.
Gotcha, Richie.
I'm going to say, I think the problem with Watson is he's not getting that massage action like he used to, and nor can he. And ever since he hasn't had that, it's been all downhill for this fella. And I think it continues here. I like Jacksonville big in this game. I think they smoke him at home. I saw another lawsuits out there against Watson. You know, that's got to be weighing on his mind. This guy's half a step out of being out of the NFL next year.
Where's top 2 or 3 worst trades ever in NFL
Oh
history.
yeah, and that's their Herschel Walker for sure.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a show if Rich didn't mention Herschel Walker.
He likes to mention
The first time
Herschel
I've ever
Walker.
mentioned his name on the show. Well, thank you.
The Herschel
Since the
Walker
last time.
trade.
The Herschel Walker trade. The infamous Herschel Walker trade. Tia?
3 Super Bowls.
I'm a Jags fan here.
Okay.
I'm not an actual fan of them, but I do think they're a team that flies under the radar a lot. I think they pull out some decent games, and I think the Browns don't look good enough for them not to pull it off.
What's your thoughts on Trevor Lawrence? Sunshine.
I mean, our Clemson boy, huh? It was fun to watch him in college. I don't think he's consistent enough in the
Especially
NFL
when he was smoking
at all.
Alabama every championship.
Right? Yeah. So
He just didn't pan out. There's another guy that everybody thought he was like the
He's
can't
better.
miss.
He's not. He's
like this
okay.
can't miss quarterback, and he's just never panned out to that.
Tones is quick to name somebody label somebody a
Caleb's
bust.
a bust too. I was at
22 out of 32 quarterbacks.
2 years
are
from
busts.
now, Caleb won't be starting.
yeah, he definitely doesn't
Caleb
live
won't be
up to
starting.
the hype of him going to the
Tones?
NFL. Tones.
He called Joe Burrow a bust.
He is a bust.
No,
He is kind
He's
of
a bust.
Joe Burrow, I
He's gone to the
think
Super Bowl.
he's great to watch play, but I completely agree. I don't think that
He's
he's
a one-hit wonder,
That's shocking.
and downhill from there. That's it.
Okay.
It's over.
That's enough of you, sir.
We're out of time.
Caleb
By
will
the
be out
way,
of the league in 2 years.
I came to a pick 'em on that game. A pick 'em.
I think your formula is busted.
I don't know, man. I think
What a
let's not put too much faith in what we saw week 1 with the Brownies. So
That's true.
Hey,
I'll go
Jim,
pick-
after next week and they tie, they'll be calling you a genius.
they tie, what percentage of NFL games tie? You know?
1.5.
I don't know. I don't know the
a
answer. I'll
very
take it.
small
It's a very
percentage.
small percentage. I think it's in the point.
I
It's
think Daryl's pretty
under
close.
1. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's under 1.
Thank you.
Okay.
One a year.
Next up, I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna give this one to Tones. We got the Lions hosting the Bucks. A little rematch from last year. 7.5. The Lions are laying at home, and total 51.5. Tones.
Yeah, I think the Rams gave Lions a bigger test than Tampa's going to. I don't think Tampa's offense is going to be able to match the Rams. Lions by 10-ish or so. I think they cover. So
Okay. What do you think, Daryl?
You still running that Tampa 2 down there?
Tampa 2. Warren Sapp is no
Yeah,
longer
right.
with them. So.
Still alive. One second.
And there's no Allstott or work done there. So.
I think the Lions will probably cover, but it's going to be right there at the end. You know, something stupid will happen, so I probably wouldn't bet on it. Might be an interesting teaser play though. What do you
Could
think,
be.
Jimmy?
I would think so.
Long teaser.
Give it a wonger. All right, Tia.
I personally would not bet on this one, but I do think that it is going to be a high-scoring game. But I wouldn't put it as high as what's on the over/under right now. So
Yeah, 51,
I
huh?
wouldn't. Yeah, I think that's a very high-scoring game. But I think Detroit's going to come out on top, but I do think it's going to be closer than like a 10-point game.
Okay, Richie.
Yeah, where'd that Captain Hook come from? I haven't seen 7.5 till today. That's
It was 7 for
that's a bummer there.
this week.
I think Detroit wins. I think the offense will look better. The passing game will look better. The running game was just fine last week. I think Brown gets back on track to this game. I think the Lions win, but I kind of agree with the rest of the panel here. I think we wong the Lions with the over here.
Not a real Wong, but that's okay.
Well, I wonged it,
Wong.
so it is told.
It's different.
So it is told. It has been said. I got Lions 7. You know, it's at 7 right now. That's about right. My total did come under though, 48.2
I could see the under in this
instead
game.
of 51.
I could see that.
So that would probably be my only play here, if I were to have one.
You wouldn't Wong that.
You know, I had the opportunity to wong it for our top picks, and I did not.
Tia, are you aware what a Wong is?
I don't want to answer that.
JT, do you want to just
Well,
tell her
let me
about
just
it?
catch up in the
It
chat here
sounds
real
worse
quick.
than
You got to
actually
drop the second
Real
letter.
quick.
You're thinking the wrong.
Right. We got Randy Poss, not Randy Moss.
Randy?
Randy Poss with a P. He
Is that
says
PAUX?
he says Bills money line with teaser. Bills money line with teaser.
What's the other teaser? What's the
I'm
teaser?
not sure.
It's not
Randy,
really
if
a
you want
teaser
to,
then.
He needs the other half.
yeah, if you want to
It's
let
not a
us,
teaser.
Is this
though,
your
it?
old roommate Randy or a different Randy?
a different Randy.
Oh, okay, different.
Yeah, different
Randy's
Randy
gotta
Moss?
go.
Okay.
Name your favorite Randy.
What's this say?
Yes. For his college football Joe.
College Football Joe. That didn't show up in my chat for some reason. What does it say
He
there,
says,
Daryl? Why
was
don't you read the
that
chat?
flick by you with Timothy Curry?
It doesn't say Curry.
Yeah, I was going to say that was a
Carney?
different
It
one.
said
Yeah, it's
Carney or
Carney.
something.
Oh.
You
That's
said
different
Curry
then.
earlier, and we were all.
That's all right. We're leaving letters out of wrong and wrong anyway. So.
Yeah.
We're
Long.
talking Creole over here. but-
Okay, we got Colts at the Pack. Colts at the Pack, of course. No love.
No love.
No love. I made that 5 points off whatever your prediction might be, by the way. Me and Gerald talked about this earlier in the week. You got the Pack +3 or 2.5. You can get the Colts laying 2.5. What's the total there? 40.5 pretty much across the board. Who wants this one?
I'll take this one.
You want that one? Go for it, Richie.
So the Packers are rolling out Malik Willis. Is
Yeah.
that what I hear?
Yes.
That's the deal.
Trouble.
That is trouble, as Taylor Swift once said. You're
Yep.
right. That is bad news. That's I don't know anybody that can take Malik Willis at home. This is an easy win for me. I love the Colts here. Did you see the Anthony Richardson touchdown, by the way?
Yeah. He's
It was
looking
like 70 yards
Yeah.
in the air
Yeah.
from a crouching tiger.
65.
Sure.
Well, I counted 70, but we'll give it 65.
Jorel was very impressed with that.
I was very impressed. I think it was the damnedest throw I've seen in a while.
We were watching the live. And
Red Zone channel?
Yes,
Yes,
I could not believe what I just saw. That was one of the
Because
best
he
passes.
slipped.
He
and
slipped.
then He just sort of.
And he put it right on the money with the guy like running full speed. Was it Pierce or something like that? Crazy.
And bombed it.
One of the best throws I've seen.
I'm going to ride Richie on this because let's bury the Pack. Well, they don't have a quarterback, and that's the Lions' only competition this year to win the division. So let's bury them already in the first month of the season.
I
So
don't know. The Bears' offense looked good.
Take advantage of the
Tia,
next
what do
3 to
you-
4 weeks for sure.
How-
Yeah, I'm going Colts.
How do you feel about a fan base that wears food on their head?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. The only things I don't eat are ham and ketchup. So I'll
That's
wear
why-
cheese on my head.
that's why
You're a
similar,
mustard
right?
fan. You're a mustard fan?
Mustard on everything. It's the
that's-
most
I
versatile
agree.
condiment.
I agree.
I actually don't like mustard either.
Oh, mustard's great. Are you more of
Mustard.
a
I guess there's
spicy
4
mustard?
things I
or-
don't like.
I like all mustard.
All
I
mustards.
like spicy mustard, honey mustard.
Mustard and white
Mustard with
sauces.
horseradish.
How about a
is
fancy
delicious.
Dijon mustard?
all day long.
Grey Poupon?
Yeah, I'm past the Grey Poupon.
I think I'm making Kamala faces right now, but I'm not on camera. So.
I wonder if there's a correlation between people that like mustard and black licorice. Considering I like both of those. as does
I do
Tia.
not like.
mustard.
I like one.
Mustard
You
is
like- okay.
disgusting.
All right, so maybe there is no correlation.
Yes.
No.
All right, who didn't say anything?
I didn't. I got down on the Colts early. I think I got it at -2.5. It's only gone to 3 because there's some speculation. I think that they were going to sign another quarterback, put him into the lineup instantly. It doesn't sound like it's happened yet.
That's a little. They're running out of time. To
They
pull
were
that
talking about the old
Tannehill?
Yes, but it hasn't happened. So,
off. Is he still hanging out there?
Yeah, he's available.
so I still like the Colts.
I actually was shocked that they did not sign him Monday. I thought for sure they were going to sign Tannehill Monday
Yeah, I mean, but
and start him.
You sign somebody tomorrow. How are they going to get up to speed?
No,
in
not
2
tomorrow. I
weeks?
thought I was thinking less.
Yeah,
when
but
I
I
heard he was
mean,
hurt.
like to pull somebody now
I
would be.
think Willis only has about 2 weeks under his belt. So
He might have a half under his belt this week. He's terrible.
Yeah, I might be the only guy in America that's going to say I came with Packers pick'em, and if you can get them 3, I would take Packers 3.
I don't think your formula watched Malik Willis play.
I believe me, I took
I think your
love out of the
fan graphs
equation.
are off
Didn't
with
take in that
Malik
variable.
Willis.
Right?
I wouldn't take Packers 2.5, but I would take
See,
Packers
3
3
for 23
3 is-
lifetime with 80 yards rushing.
He will be the worst starting quarterback.
He might have more yards rushing
Hey, I'm
than
not
passing.
saying it's going to be great, but I'm just telling
He will
you.
make Bryce Young look like a Heisman winner this week.
there's
Oh,
big difference between 3 and 2.5. I agree with Jimmy.
Thank you, man. We agree
I'm
on
glad
something.
I got
That's so
it at
nice.
2.5. Yes,
Yeah, 2.5. Right, you got Colts 2.5.
yes.
Yeah, I would be happy about that too. All right, we got the Niners at the Vikes. 5. The Vikes are getting at home, the home dog. 5.5 you could actually get if you wanted to. 46.5 the point total on that. Anybody in particular?
I will say you probably should leave this one alone, in my opinion. Too much going on. San Francisco played on Monday night. Now they're traveling to Minnesota. Minnesota had a nice win in New York, but I don't know. They're at home. I would leave this one alone.
not me, baby.
I'm about to say I'd take the over on this, to be honest.
Taking the over. I'm taking the Vikings on this. No McCaffrey.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the Vikings horn, not the woo woo.
That's right. Sam Darnold, we trust, baby. Like that Kevin O'Connor, what's his name? Whatever his freaking name is out there. He's a good coach. I like him a lot. I think they beat the 49ers last year on Monday night with Kirk Cousins before he blew his Achilles out, and they do it again.
Tia?
I don't know. I'm riding Niners on this, and I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I do. I think it's going to be over, and I do think Niners are going to pull it out. I think Niners are going to be consistently running what they should have completed last year, and I think they're going to run it into this season pretty hardcore, honestly. I think the Niners are also, I think they're a top contender that most people recognize, but I do think they're slept on by most people.
I just like the home dog there getting 5.
Is CMC still a question mark there?
Music Factory?
McCaffrey?
He's out most
Yeah,
likely.
I think he's still out.
He
right
is
now.
going to be out, right?
Achilles issue.
Yeah, that makes sense then. Okay, who did I miss
tendonitis.
over?
Oh my
Nice.
goodness, Tua, another pick.
Yeah, I think Niners probably win by a field goal, but I'm gonna stay away from this myself. So
Yeah. I'm going to follow along with Tia here. I came to Vikings +7, and it's Vikings +5. So, with McCaffrey out, too, I'm sure it'd be a lot more. You got to kind of go San Fran here. Although my point total did come to 45. It's at 4. Yeah, it's at 46. That's meaningless. Okay. That's everybody, right? Was that Monday night? Do we have another one?
No way.
Oh, shit. No, I got more.
Come
I'm
on.
sorry.
Get your head out of your
This is
ass.
taking longer than the 30 minutes that I
Isn't
anticipated.
this your job, Steve? You're supposed to be
Yeah,
the assistant.
Steve. Assistant. Okay, this is an interesting one. We got the Seahawks at the Pats. Pats +3.5 at home. Total is a whopping 38.5. You can actually get 38.
Is this Iowa?
Who wants to start this one?
Can I go first?
Of course you can.
I think the Patriots I had as the second worst team in the league, and I'm not going to take them off my reverse power ranking list. I'm going to keep them there.
Okay.
And I need to be... I think Seattle is supposed to be one of the surprises of the year, and all they did was win last week. What the heck? We're really buying into this Patriots thing? I'm going to go with the Seahawks -3.5. I'm going to use the restroom. That's not why I'm going first here. But
Sound a little, your reverse power ranking thing threw me off.
Reverse power
I don't know what
rankings.
happened.
That's actually mediocrity rankings.
While you're down there, grab me a beer if you wouldn't.
Yes, sir. Which kind?
That's whatever.
Which flavor?
Anybody else need anything? Well, Daryl's running out.
Would you like me to make you a hurricane there, Tia?
You know
here
what?
comes the story of
This sounds right.
All right.
I'm gonna tail D-Dub, and I think the Seahawks will win by a TD or so. I'm not buying the Patriots just yet. So,
All right. I'm going to flip it around. Let's go to Tia first here.
I'd go to Seahawks, and I would actually take the under on this. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
that's
I
very
think it's
possible.
going to be below the 38.5 that they got going right there.
Mendoza line.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those like 10 to 14 games tops.
So you're saying go Seattle there.
I'm saying go see. I just have no faith in the Patriots this season. So for me to say that they're going to win is really contradicting how I feel about the team's position and like in anything. Honestly, I'd put Pats as like bottom 3 teams this year.
Understandable, Richie.
I agree with a lot Tia said there, except this game's going to be low scoring, and the Patriots are surprisingly going to jump out to they're going to get the 2-0 here. They're going to. There is, I don't know what the stats are, Jim, but when you go West Coast to East Coast like that, there is not a good record, or vice versa either. And this is a 1:00 game. That's 10 a.m. in Seattle. This is going to be a low scoring, ugly, 13-10, 14, 16-14-ish type game. And that's all.
I think,
that's all the
I think
Patriots
10-14, and especially being a 1:00 game this week, I don't think anybody's going to watch it except for
No, this is
fans
called a
of-
Richie
yep.
snooze fest.
Not going to happen.
Yeah. You're taking your early afternoon nap, your first one of the day.
That'll be if there's still time in one of the halves while our games are already in.
That's my pizza
Absolutely.
coma.
Well, actually, the Lions are on, so I'm up. But
Right.
if this was 4:00, God, I'd be out so hard.
That's the nap time between our 1:00 game and the night prime time.
Sure. I came to 3 on it, but I did come under on the point total, 37.7, so 38. It's at 39. I'd play the under there.
For sure.
Why not? And then, I don't know, for the hook, I'm not going to take the Pats for the hook. I mean, No,
There's just no faith.
personally. Personally, I'm going to catch up here on the chat. Jorel,
Hold on. Jorel is like praising me on this. I need Daryl here to hear this before you give.
I'm sure he'll watch the replay. Okay, so we got Jorel, who's our opposition in the quest for the Chi-Chi's Cup.
Chi-Chi's Cup.
Yeah, stop giving them inside info. Here.
Right, and maybe we should.
Well, he already gave
can
us
I
his
block
picks.
his?
He's locked in.
All right, he says, "Woo, Vikings is a good play. The Sharps love Minnesota." He also says, "Take that dog shit Astros jersey off." Are you talking about me, Jorel? It does kind of look like an Astros jersey, but it's a Detroit.
Especially
It
with
does
the
look
Texas.
Astros.
Thank you, Paul.
I thought it was Astros when I saw the Texas hat too.
It does look like an Astros jersey, but it's not. He said CMC said he's playing, and then he thought it was Astros. My bad, haha. He says Vikings is a sharp pick by Rich.
Yes.
By Rich. Sharp pick.
Jorel knows, Silk knows what he's talking
Sneaky, and he thinks that CMC is playing. And then he says, "Oh, my girl Tia.
Hey,
What's
bro?
up?" And
How's it
then
going?
Rich a sharp. That's what he's saying about you, Rich. Rich.
about. Lots of love from Jorel. Thanks.
Man.
I appreciate it, brother.
You don't wear a hat for one day, and all of a sudden people take you seriously.
I just
He
need
sees
to,
himself in you, you know.
I need to know what jersey number Jorel wore so I can wear the Ike quarterback jersey.
Can we get that at like a local store?
Yeah,
It's got to be a rally house,
throwback.
dude. It's
Yeah.
got to be.
A Petree Ike jersey? Yeah.
All right,
Definitely.
Let's keep this moving. We got Giants at the Commodes. The Commodes at home laying anywhere between 1.5 and 2. 43 is the consensus total there. Tia, why don't you take this steaming pile of dog shit?
Yeah, I'd take the under again because I don't think either one of them are going to really get in the red zone too
That's
much.
a good play. Yeah.
And I'd have to go Giants just because I wouldn't put money on this. I would totally skip by this game. I'm not even going to watch it. I'll be honest with you. But if I had to put money on it, I would go Giants and I would take the under.
I feel exactly the opposite. I mean, only opposite in that they both sides of the ball, both teams stink. But if I had a gun to my head, I'd probably take in the Commodores, and because they still have Jaden Daniels. You gotta like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I like it, but at the same time, one person's not going to carry a team. You know, they got to be able to execute it together.
I beg for Joe
So-
Burrow carried them to a national championship.
And that's like Tones carries the numbers, guys.
Terry's
Similar.
True.
similar.
Thanks, Tone. We're in debt to
I
you.
don't flame out like Burrow, though. So.
He kind of has flamed out.
This game is
One game.
this game is like the classic who gives a F. I mean, these two teams ain't going anywhere. I do agree with Daryl. Daniels will be the best player on the field, but I'll say Washington wins this because it's a home. If it was at the Giants, I'd take the Giants as long as Tommy Two Tones is out there as quarterback. He'll be playing soon. What was his name? Who was the Italian stallion?
Tommy Cutlets?
Yeah, Tommy Cutlets, man.
Yeah.
My boy.
Tones, you have anything on this one?
I'm going to follow Tia. I'm going to take the under. I think it's going to be 2017, something in that wheelhouse. So, under.
Something in that wheelhouse. That's the wrong button here. There we go. There's the correct button. Came to a pick. Nothing there. And my total is right there, too. 43.6. Total's 44. It's 44 at Pinnacle earlier. You can get 42.5. Maybe. Nah. I'm not. I wouldn't say do anything there. I wouldn't.
Smart man.
Yeah, I try to be. How about the Jets at the Tennessee Titans? Titans getting either 3.5 or 4 at home. 41 is the total. Let's start this one off with Rich.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this game either. You got to think the Jets are going to probably pull it off, but I don't know. What's the over-under here? I can't see. 41. That's right on the mark, too. I'd worry about a late Tennessee touchdown screwing this line up, so I'm going to stay away.
Tia, what do you think anything about this?
I think I would be rooting Titans, actually, on this one. But I wouldn't touch the over-under at all. I think 41's kind of like right where it's... I think it's going to be really close to that number right there because...
Yep.
Yeah, I think the score is going to come down to someone getting a field goal. It's going to be a 3-point difference. So I wouldn't even take the spread.
Okay.
Yep.
What do you guys think over on the couch?
I'm not going to touch this. I think the numbers are right where they need to be, and I don't know. I'm not feeling betting anything on this game.
Deshaun Watson won't want you as his masseuse.
Seems like an
I always
opportunity.
finish. I always finish though.
Seems like an opportunity.
That's a sneaky one.
There it is. I'll give you the rich choo-choo on that one.
He'll need a hawk to a button for that
one.
one.
That would be perfect.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Go ahead. There you go.
The Jets maybe, but the reality is it would be the Jets minus 2.5, not plus. I mean -4. You know, so I can't get on that. So I just leave it. Leave it be.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Let it be. Let it be.
What did I come up with here? Even. So
you like
at 3.5?
Tennessee?
Yeah, shit. At 4 minus 112, I would take the Titans here.
That's some positive EV.
Yeah, 4 minus $112. That's actually you can get 4 minus $110 at BetMGM.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. Total. Mine came to 40. It's at 41.
A lot of home dogs getting some points this week.
Nothing. Yeah, a lot of them, right?
Yeah. Sneaky
What's
plays.
home field advantage these days in the NFL, Jimmy?
It depends on the home field.
No, it's just
Yeah, Arrowhead's a little different than Mercedes-Benz.
Do you have rankings of home fields?
Well, of course, that goes into the.
I'd be
into
curious
the number.
where Ford Field ranks.
Well, for the right price, I'll give you the.
My
give you the
pockets are deep, my
information.
friend.
Actually, home field's a pretty good home field advantage. Okay, so we got the Raiders at the Cards. Rams at the Cards. Thank you, Tia.
Got you.
We kind of talked about this one a little bit because this was my pick. 1.5 is the Cards laying at home. 47.5, 48 is the total. Who wants it? I'll throw this one up in the air. Who wants it?
I'll take it.
Jump ball. There you go.
One of my picks coming up here. Rams don't even need the points. They're going to win outright. Take the money line, Rams.
Yeah, what is the money line, Jimmy?
It's 100. Well, it's 100, right? 100, 102. I got them 105 last night.
Not much there extra. I agree. Rams probably. Yeah, Rams. Kmart.
The Rams.
I take the Rams money line, but in all honesty, because of how bad I expect the Cardinals to do, I would take the under on the 47.5. I think it's going to be like a 33-6 game.
You should sell some
blowout.
points.
I think it's going to be a blowout. I think Cardinals might get a touchdown, if not 2 field goals
She's taking
type
Rams
situation.
minus 14.
But I would go Rams 100%, and I would take the under on the 47.5.
Well, I'm going to disagree with Tia and take the Cardinals plus 27, since that's what she's offering. I think the Rams look great against the Lions, so everybody thinks the Rams are going to keep it up, but they're back-to-back away games. This is a problem. Like, Arizona played pretty well against Buffalo on the road last week. Marvin Harrison had 4 yards. That's not going to happen again. This is, I like the Cardinals here. I think they're going to pull it out.
Rich, you're probably the voice of reason here.
Always the voice of reason.
Bring people back to the
Right.
median. You know?
That's what people say about Rich. The man is a man of the middle. And
Switzerland.
yeah,
Milk toast rich.
that's what they say. Here's what I got. I had the Cards. They should be plus 2.6. And like I said, that includes Puka out. That includes the shitty O-line. And instead,
you got Rams here.
Yeah, instead I can take the Rams plus 1. I'm doing that all day, and I would take the money line. Although at plus 100 with a 1.5, it actually does make more sense to take the points because it would be. I figured it out. It's 102 is the break even on the money line. So if you get plus 102 or more on the money line, take the money line. If not, take the points. 47.6, 47.5 totals came out the same. So nothing doing on the total for me personally, but. That's just me. How about the Bengals at the Chiefs? This is going to be an interesting game. Bengals at the Chiefs. You got Bengals getting 5.5 on the road. I got no information from BetMGM for some reason on that spread there, but Chiefs laying 5.5. 48 is the total. D-Dub, why don't you lead us off here?
I mean, that's the one that every square is going to say Chiefs, right? Based on what happened with the Bengals last week. And I think a lot of the sharps might do the same thing. What is... I'm afraid of that because I know Tones will tell you that Joe Burrow is on the backside of his career. But I still think there's a chance that they could rise up. I do like the Chiefs, but I'm just gonna sit it out, like 60% of the other games I have today.
That seems like a low estimate.
70%.
Yeah, 73 is what I got. Tones?
Bengals garbage. Chiefs win easily. Take the Chiefs.
What do you think about Burrow though?
Junk.
No.
I think it
He's a
takes
junker.
Burrow a long time to warm up in the
I think
season
so,
because
too.
towards like mid-season, Burrow's popping off. It's
Yeah.
the beginning games that I think he forgets that it's football season.
Well, and no T. Higgins last week.
How do I
Right.
always throwing to? Tyler Boyd's not even there. Like who's the number one receiver out there?
Right. I'm with you. Okay, I'm
When I
sorry,
first
Tia. Didn't mean
looked
to
at-
interrupt.
go ahead, Tia. I'm sorry.
You're good. I'm gonna go Chiefs though. But it is early season. I do think that Burrow doesn't show up until mid-season for anything, and he's proven that the last couple of seasons. You know, by game 6, 7, he's starting to win some, but there's no traction prior to that. And honestly, I think I would go with the over on this because I do think that it's gonna. I think it's gonna be a pretty high-scoring game between the two because both show up offensively. You know.
Sure.
So.
Richie?
Yeah, I mean, when I first looked at this, I kind of was thinking like the other games. I'm thinking, oh, Cincinnati. This is a good spot for Cincinnati, but I would have to see if Higgins is playing. If Higgins is playing, then I like it. But if he's not, then I can't bet the bank. I can't do it. I mean, I don't like the 5.5, but if I'm going to bet it, it's going to be a low number on the Chiefs, and that's if Higgins is not playing.
Yeah, I think we got some question marks in this game that need to be answered before we really come up with anything substantive.
Spell that.
I couldn't spell that. I can barely say that, let alone spell it. I came up with Chiefs laying 6.5.
Yeah.
Not a key number there. Total was, again, spot on. 47.2 was my number. 47.5 is the line. I wouldn't do anything here. However, in the chat, Jorel Petree says he's got a couple things here. What are you laughing about?
I wasn't laughing. Toads was laughing.
Oh, well, no, it's okay. Enjoy the chat. He says, Jaden, the next Vic, when he gets it rolling, he's going to be a stud. He says, Browns.
Poor dogs.
Poor dogs. Yeah.
And they eat dogs,
Who
actually.
wants to make the joke? I don't know.
Keep him out of Ohio.
Yeah, there you go. Keep him out of Springfield.
A lot of Springfields out there.
I think
As the
every state
Simpsons
has
will
a street.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Springfield.
He says, Browns lock of the week. Massage that shit. There you go, Tones. That was for you, I think. Just for you.
Just for me.
He also says that Arizona is sneaky this year. Rich the Sharp.
He's loving Rich tonight. What'd you do?
What is the deal? How much,
I don't know.
You grease him or
how much
something?
did you pay Jorel?
Right? How much you got,
say
Jorel?
I actually gave Jorel all 4 of his picks this week.
Are you paying? Are you paying to take him on an African safari or something?
Yeah, is that what it
I
is?
want to do some blood diamonds with Jorel. We'll see what's up.
Man, really loving the Rich. That's good, though.
It just says it's a sharp pick. It's not a compliment.
Did you tell him you
Picking the dog? You're picking the dog.
You didn't tell him you cheer for Utica High over Eisenhower, did
You
you?
never mentioned that.
I don't cheer. I cheer for Eisenhower over Utica High.
Okay.
Okay.
Rich is a rough gem.
Sure.
I'm an uncut gem,
Yes.
as they say.
Web gem.
What else did I
thanks,
miss?
Tom.
Bengals is a sharp play of the week.
Name
I
your
thought
favorite
the Browns
gem.
were the sharp play of the week. Anyway.
He's got a lot of sharps.
Hey, Chris
A lot
Pena.
of
Chris
knives
Pena
out
in the
there.
house. Quiz.
What's Chris say about the commodes?
Chris says Hollywood Browns supposed to come back.
"Oh, the Dallas
Hollywood.
Chiefs."
Yes. And then Jorel, this is the last thing. He says, we dug and a team -5. One of the worst spreads, like never covers. Ha ha. We
Yeah,
dug.
I get what he's
We
saying
dug.
there. Yeah.
Something about the 5.5 is it's a bad number for a lot of teams.
Yeah, I see
Kind of
what- I
halfway in
see what
between
he's
7
saying
and
there.
3.
That's
like-
what they say.
They were undecisive as well. You know.
Heard it referred to as the devil's number, I believe.
Yes. And he also says that it's a
666?
compliment because the Sharps are the pros.
No,
Yes,
the
we-
5.5.
we get that.
But 6-6 would make more sense. But you can't bet 6-6.
All right, back to the matter.
We still going?
We're still going, man.
You remember when he stopped like 5 games in? He's like, I think we're done.
I thought we were done.
We got to look
I
ahead
was looking at
games.
the clock here. Yeah. Okay, so we got Pittsburgh Steelers at Denver Broncos. Broncos plus 2.5 at home. 36. God, Jesus. 36.5 is the point
Wow.
total there.
That
That's a
sounds
low
about right.
one. Tell us, take this one. Start us off, man.
Yeah, Bo Nix is getting up, but Fields playing.
Justin Fields. Your favorite.
Steelers D looked pretty damn tough against the rookie QB. Yeah, I take the Steelers by a field goal. I think they'll cover it at 2.5. So
Okay.
My God, Mike Tomlin, the man's a wizard.
He's
going to
win.
win.
Amazing.
He's going to win the first
He
two on the
wheels-
road with
weasels
Justin
as well.
Fields. And who would have known that
He finds a way.
there was a better Watt out there than
Yeah.
JJ?
Oh, TJ's.
TJ's better than JJ.
I think so.
He's he's been around longer, and he's I don't
a
know.
monster.
He's crazy. That defense is locked and loaded. I ain't taking no Bo Nix in this one.
Yeah, Bo Nix is going to get rattled by their D. So.
I like the Steelers a lot in this game.
Anybody?
I jumped on this one early, Jimmy. I
Okay.
got the Steelers minus 2.5
Jumped on that grenade, huh?
and changed. It's the same number. So, a lot of good at getting down early.
Quite a bit of foresight there.
So, I guess it's still where it was before. I'll stick with the Steelers.
Better than foreskin.
Oh, boy.
We don't need to talk about that.
That's
Do
not
you?
what Deshaun said.
You know, I'm part of the guys today. I'm a numbers guy.
What's your favorite number, Tia?
3.
Okay.
Is that true?
That's 3.5.
What?
3.5. Do you like any of these teams?
You know,
Do you care?
I
Is there any
don't
LSU
care.
Tigers on these teams?
I think honestly though, the Steelers, their defense is so good this year that you got to be a pretty stacked offensive team to even put up the numbers that you would want to in a typical game. But I'd probably take I'd go under again. I would go under on this game, and I would go Steelers.
Will the Steelers score a touchdown this year?
Yeah, just one.
Not this week, this year.
The Steelers really should trade for Aubrey from the Cowboys. It'd be stacked.
The
Yeah.
Steelers
They
should
could
probably
kick it
get
from
a
the 40.
The Steelers should probably get a backup kicker. Gets tired.
Boswell is old.
I got to keep this moving, guys. This
Wow,
one,
we just under 4 hours.
my numbers
right now?
came to the numbers, like exactly.
We're going to
here.
beat last week's
2-3, 37. I got no play. Jorel says, let's go Steelers. I know he's a big Steelers guy.
fan.
And
I
he
hate,
says,
to take them, but
smashing them, I think is what he means.
it's a silkism.
That's a silkism.
It's a silkism.
Yeah.
How about the Bears at the Texans?
This is the
is a good
Sunday
one.
night game? Wow,
This
that's
is
a
good one. Yeah,
letdown
it's a
from last
Sunday
week.
night. Texans laying 6.5, of course, at home. 45.5 total. Anybody? Tones.
Texans by at least a TD. They'll cover at home. Bears was smoke and mirrors last week. So take the Texans.
Texans are currently my survivor pick.
Oh,
So-
let the cat out of the bag.
Write that down.
Be hard to bet the money line here, but that's the way I see it. I don't think Chicago showed us much last week, and the Texans certainly didn't. But I think we all think they're a little better of a team than they showed. So I'm going with the Texans.
Anybody over on that side?
I'm thinking Texans personally, and I think they're going to win by 10 points.
Yeah.
Personal opinion. Yeah. I don't know if I'd take the over under though, because I think it's a pretty accurate at the 40. Is that 45.5, right?
45.5. Yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
I would definitely not bet on the over under there, but I'd take the Texans.
Is it possible that the Panthers' offense was better than the Bears' offense last week?
No.
Ouch. Yeah, that's
No.
I think it is possible.
So Caleb had
He had 95 yards throwing. or
Caleb had
something.
like the worst numbers of a winning quarterback game
Yeah, it
ever
was like
in
what,
history.
two defensive touchdowns and a punt return won the game.
So that's not gonna happen again.
You got to think that
It's
that's
gonna
not going to hold up again.
That's not gonna hold up. Smoke and mirrors, dude.
You know, I mean, I agree with everybody here. You got to like the Texans as long as it stays under 7, but I wouldn't bet a lot on it because I think the Bears could easily sneak in there with a
Backdoor cover?
little back door, as Daryl likes to go into sometimes.
Okay.
Are you processing that information?
When I first
his best friend, stabs him in the back like that.
What did you see
I
at
didn't say it was a bad
MSU?
thing.
What did you see at MSU that I don't know?
A lot of things. My corneas have been replaced.
Okay.
he had corneal replacement surgery because of what you saw at MSU.
I think that's what he's
man.
referring to, those little things on the sides of his feet.
I thought he gave
No,
you
those
one.
are corns.
Those are corns.
Bardias.
We
He
stop
did-
at the ears
Or as
there.
Rich calls them onions.
He didn't give you one of those Men in Black
I think
memory
they're called
erasers.
bunions or funyuns.
Okay, Funyuns. All right.
Hey, Jimmy, just out of curiosity, what is the home field advantage down there in the Astrodome?
In the Astrodome? I couldn't tell you.
Seventh wonder of the world.
I couldn't tell you. I got a lot of information in my head right now, and that's not one of it. It's not even the right phrasing. When I first did this on Monday morning, I came up with the Texans laying only 2.5.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You should be heavy on the Bears right now.
I think I
be
gotta
locking
go.
them in every parlay possible.
I gotta go on the Bears here. I know it sounds stupid, but
I don't
I'm
think
not going to take. I'm not a big Caleb guy. He's almost to the point of Heisman Trophy winner Bryce Young.
Yeah, he does wear fingernail polish too, which is
That's a tough sell.
I think I'm probably going to get in on the. I'm probably going to get on the Bears at 6.5.
I would really like to hear Jorel weigh in on your level of sharpness.
very sharp, Jimmy.
Sharp, very sharp. It was from a commercial back in the day, wasn't it?
Diamond sharp.
Diamond sharp today. How about the Falcons? Hey, Chris, this is for you, buddy. The Falcons
Dirty Birds.
at the Eagles.
Two dirty birds.
Falcons at the Eagles. I don't have a game time on here.
Told everybody about
This is Monday night, buddy.
Eagles.
This is Monday night. Yeah,
I like the Eagles for the same reasons I mentioned earlier.
like the Eagles.
Yeah, I think the Falcons got to prove something before I'm going to look at them any differently.
All right.
Yeah. I like Atlanta's roster upgrades, but I haven't seen it yet. Eagles at home Monday night. I think they could at least cover the TD. So
Jorel said Jimmy has the worst feet of all the numbers guys.
You don't know anything about my feet, Jorel. It's a lie. Or did you make that up?
It says Caleb worst feet of the
Oh.
QBs.
Caleb.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. Sorry, Daryl.
I think
My
he's
bad.
Caleb's got a lot of bunions.
Yeah, a lot of Funyuns.
Yeah.
All right, Richie, what do you think about the Falcons at the Eagles?
I hate the Eagles, so I'll take the Falcons. I think they bounce back. No offense is too good. We'll cover.
Okay.
I'm going
It'll be
Philly.
ugly.
I'm going
Just
Philly
because you're a
for
Falcon
sure.
hater.
You know, but
You're biased.
when have they proven that they're consistent by any means?
When they went to the Super Bowl
Yeah.
and lost
And
to the
did what?
Patriots.
Lost.
Remember
in
they
the-
beat the Patriots
the-
by like 30 points?
That happened.
That was just the
Did that?
first.
Because I recall
half.
us having a billboard in New Orleans for all you Falcons fans about how y'all fucking blew it.
That was after the Dirty Bird, right?
Y'all had such a lead.
Dirty
and
Bird
then-
was early.
Yeah, we're gonna go now. I'm going Eagles, and I'd take the over on it though.
Taking the over on it?
Drop
I'd
a
take the
dime on
over.
that.
I'm going
Drop it on
Falcons. I take Falcons. Came to 4. I'm getting
Jimmy.
6.5. I'm taking
Sharp.
the
I
Falcons.
quit.
I'm taking the
I'm just
Falcons.
kidding.
Just for you, Chris. Just for you, Chris. We're going to rise
Quiz.
up.
I'm up with you.
Quest.
I'm down with you, Chris. Let's go.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
Lincoln Field, Jimmy, as far as
Did
an
they get their
advantage.
security guard back yet?
It's what you're talking about, the home field advantage at
Uh-oh.
Lincoln Field?
Jorel's turned.
No,
got
Richie,
turned
you're not on
out
our
on
side
Richie.
anymore.
Your sharp card has been revoked
Oh.
in 10 minutes.
How you gonna fish that bet?
Wow.
You're gonna burn that number 1 jersey,
Your
Jorel.
man card got revoked in 10 minutes. Look
Huh?
at that.
I know.
Crazy.
Wow.
That's the train you ride with Jorel. You're on 1 second, and you're getting ran over the second, and another second.
Easy come, easy go with Jorel.
Yeah, very true. All right, let's look at our top pick standings here so we can go have some dinner at some point. Richie, for the NFL, you're down 4.79 units for your lifetime. Only down half a unit this season. Of course, that's nothing. Tones, down 7.96 for your lifetime. Last 30 days, you're up, Tones. You're up 2 points. You've been doing good on the NFL picks there, pal.
Trendy.
Dub, down 9.33 for his life. Down 3 for the last 30. 4 if you include preseason. I'm up 14.08 for my life. I'm down, though, 2.26. 3.26 if you include the preseason pick. NCAA, Richie down just a little bit, 0.87, down 4.34 this season. Tones, killing it. You are the college football Joe that's sitting here in person.
I
by
think
the
we
way.
enjoy are going to have a good week.
Yes,
on
plus
college.
9.07, minus 2.19 year to date. Dub down 3.85, but has been
I
looking good.
specialize in the fringe sports, ladies
Like-
tennis,
like
gentlemen's golf.
Skateboarding.
Hey, did you hear in Troy they're putting the first cricket field in Michigan?
Really?
Exciting.
In Troy.
I've
Oh,
always
thank
been
you.
intrigued by cricket.
I might go watch a.
Wickily Wicket.
Do you call it a match or?
I think it's a match.
I think it's a match.
I'm gonna go catch a match when they open up. So.
Yeah. Let's take a look here for our lifetime performance. Richie down 30 with the Olympic Games stuck in there, Rich, as one of your top performers. The Olympic Games. at
Breakdancing
plus
came through for me.
Yeah,
I
never
was
let you down.
all against the Australian performers.
Someone told me to watch Break 2, and they were like, "You'll understand their performance after that." And I was like, "I will not understand. Absolutely
I'll
not."
never understand.
Yeah, apparently, very specifically, Break 2.
Oh, that's funny. Dub down 11.36. Tones down 15.46. I'm up 31.39. As a group, collectively, we're down 26.12. That being said, should we get into our top picks?
Sure.
I think we should.
Wait. I want to hear what Jorel has to say about crickets.
These are
Does
the
he have
top
okay,
picks.
I'll catch up on the chat real quick. Chris Pena says, rise up. If I didn't say that already. No, I think I already said this. Yes. Chris Pena says, let's go, Jim. All you have to do is say you think the Falcons are going to win, and Chris will give you a in-chat shout out there. Jarrell's laughing, and he says, big cricket bets in Africa for sure.
I think he's talking about when they put crickets in the ring and they fight.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's probably different.
Oh,
There's something involving a
It's like-
paddle, I'm sure.
It's like cockfighting with crickets.
yeah.
So, Rich, were you ever able to get your...
Yes.
You were. Okay, so I'm going to refresh these real quick.
That's why when you watch the first 10 minutes of this show, I'm not looking at the camera, which is probably an upgrade for everybody. So,
Well, I think you look nice without a hat on.
well, thank you.
You get just
Especially
the right
when
amount
you
of...
put the graphics on it, it's gonna look dope. I'll take a top hat.
That would be funny. Hey, Tones, you got anything you want to talk about real quick while I do this?
Well, why don't we hear from our guest of honor?
Yes, let's
Yeah.
actually talk to Tia. That's a good idea.
What are we talking about?
Tell us something.
How long you been at Hilltop?
So I've been at Hilltop since not this past St. Patty's Day, but the one before.
Okay.
Before that, I was a regular, so I've been at Hilltop
so
for
you went
quite
there
some
first,
time. Yeah,
And then you joined.
I enjoyed the atmosphere before helping present the atmosphere. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Is that still the place that you would go to for as like your
100%. We had our reception there, our wedding
Yeah.
reception.
What's your normal schedule if our viewers want to come?
Saturday and Sunday nights.
Creepy.
I am there
Well, I
Sunday.
just want to meet her in person. You know,
Of all
band
the
voice.
girls that I work with, a lot of them are yay sports. But on Sundays, I have been a bartender in New Orleans since I was 16 years old, and I have worked in sports bars for this exact reason that I only have one TV at home and I want to watch all the games. So I will always work in a bar on a Sunday.
And your favorite menu item?
Oh, the Mediterranean all day.
What's on the Mediterranean?
Feta and olives. It is the
Ooh.
perfect like
try
salty
that?
melt ever.
You don't like olives?
yeah, I'm
do
a
you?
big feta
Is the
guy.
feta melted
You like
or
olives?
put
You don't
on
like olives?
So
after?
because of the heat, and we're a small place owned by a Macedonian fella, he gets some very quality cheeses there. Even the blue cheese. If you like blue cheese, their blue cheese burger is pretty
I'll do
bomb.
feta, but not blue cheese.
But the feta there, it's like as soon as it hits the burger, it just starts to get real creamy with the olives, and it's so freaking good.
Okay.
Is he Macedonian?
He
Never heard
is,
that
yeah. He
before.
actually, you should get him on this show, dude.
He's
He used
my
to-
favorite. He's
he
my
used to play
favorite
professional basketball.
local owner. I know that.
Yeah.
Semi-professional.
Basketball
well,
or
yeah.
handball?
When the
and
Lions
handball. He
when
did
the
play some
Lions
handball.
play their next Thursday night game, can you help us broadcast live from Hilltop?
So-
I'll be there.
Oh, I mean, that's not my night, but I'm sure Darko loves you guys.
Will you come hang
Darko.
out though? Will you,
Oh, hell
Will
yeah.
you be on the show?
My only
at
day off
Hilltop?
is Thursdays. Call
Okay.
me. Like,
Okay.
say less.
Darko was saying maybe we kind of getting. Darko was kind of saying maybe that's a day that they might be busy.
Thursdays get pretty busy.
With the
They get
Lions
pretty
on.
loud.
With
Yeah,
the
if
Lions
the
on.
Lions are on, I think it's going to be pretty
Yeah.
rowdy in there. Like we're at a reservations thing now. If you want to come watch the Lions at
Wow.
Hilltop, you got to call ahead of time.
Really?
Even Daryl has to?
It gets packed,
Oh
dude.
man.
Last year when y'all started doing like really good, we had this one group calling. It's like it's gonna be 8 to 10 of us. Ended up being like over 40 people. Keep in mind our bar capacity is 86 people.
86.
So
I seen
Darko's like,
sign.
can't do that again. You know,
That was a
like,
good
what's
trivia question.
So
I'm ready to go here, by the way.
Okay,
well,
that's good though. Good info.
I just wanted to say that
Yeah, say it.
that's my local bar, and I know
That's
Rich
your
is
watering hole?
Rich is sort of like, the Hilltop, but
I showed you the Hilltop.
I don't think you
introduced
did.
to the
What is
place.
Rich
I don't
like?
think
What
you
does he
did.
say?
Unbelievable. I just don't.
I'm like, no, dude.
That's your watering
they
hole.
fixed
I
it up.
appreciate it.
They fixed it up, and even if it was the old way, I probably would like that too.
It's like
And
introducing someone to their future wife.
You
and
didn't. What are you talking about?
my favorite thing
I
at
took you to the
Hilltop.
Hilltop first.
No, you didn't.
I did.
It's
No.
an everybody knows everybody
closed.
place, and if not, we get to know you place.
Yeah.
And
So-
like,
Me, I don't know if you remember my buddy Kevin.
I believe so.
You've seen him there with me a few
Plumber
times.
downstairs.
Most recently on Saturday.
Yep.
So we had this thing where we were trying to go to all the real dirty.
Dive. Bar.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And so one night we went in there because it would be Monday nights. Our sons were doing baseball practice, so
Okay.
we would drop them off and then we'd go somewhere. And
Right.
we went there and we walked in. I'm like, this isn't dirty. This isn't grimy. This isn't.
I literally had a lady come in, like, I think it was like a month ago, and she goes, "This isn't a dive bar. I know dive bars." And I was like, "We are presented as something nice.
Yeah.
It's 1,000% clean in there. It's a good time. Don't get me wrong, but it is dive bar vibes. Like,
Yeah.
if you show up in a robe and some slippers, you're going to be greeted the same way as if you show up right after you get out of work in like a polo and some slacks.
That's
It's a place to feel comfortable and to,
my favorite place.
yeah, it is very nice.
Wow.
So an early
James
shout
Cook, 2
out.
touchdowns.
Buffalo's running
Well,
away.
Buffalo was
with this.
crushed.
This
Yeah,
is
they
going
are.
a different direction than I had suggested in the
Yeah.
first hour of the show.
Definitely not how I
Wow.
anticipated it either.
Yeah, they're
I was
crushing.
down on Buffalo at the end of last season.
Mm-hmm.
Look at them now.
I still need a Josh Allen
I told you guys,
and
Diggs was an addition by subtraction.
I think you're right.
Look at that. Amazing.
I'll go through the chat real quick here, and then we got our top picks. The chill at Hilltop is amazing, and Tia is the best bartender in Michigan, says Steve Cardinal. The chili. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll have
Oh,
some
that's
chili.
true. The chili there smacks.
I'll have chili and a Mediterranean burger next time.
I don't see very well, Steve.
You don't like the chili?
Do I like chili?
The chili.
Have you tried the chili?
Oh, I've tried the chili there. Yeah, chili's delicious.
There you go.
Yeah, chili's good. Burgers are good there. I'm nothing but a Hilltop fan, regardless of whatever Rich says about the place.
It's a good balance of fire and ice over here, you know?
Yeah. Jorel says,
Lead a guy to
facts,
water and you get
Steve,
dunked on."
facts, in relation to that.
Yeah, he's off the Richie train. And he's on the Steve
Yeah.
train now.
And then
He
Jorel
likes to ride
says
the trains.
he's the guy in the slippers. And these are the top picks, guys. Let's do them. Hey,
These are
by the way,
the top
Tia, do you
picks.
have any? What's your best pick of the week? If you could pick one right now, what's your best
Buffalo.
pick? Anything you want. Yeah. Buffalo,
it.
lay it. or
Mute it.
Buffalo getting 3.
Saints minus 21.
how many touchdowns is Joe Burrow going to score this week?
Under a half.
Wow, you are a hater, huh?
Yep.
It's all right. You know what? You might be right. It's beginning of the season, but come talk to me at like game 5, game 6.
Okay.
I think that's where it'll come in. I do think personally that the Niners are going to run with it this week. I'm on the Riders. I'm on the Niners train for this season. Ultimately,
Until they meet the Lions in the NFC Championship.
yeah. Honestly, Lions look great this year, 100%. I am rooting for them. They are a second team for me, just because we are a house divided yet united. So Saints always number one in my book, but I'm also realistic. I don't think any champions coming out of our conference this year at all.
Probably not.
Disregarding the Panthers like that?
Yeah. What am I thinking?
So now we go to Richie. Here's your first top pick, Bell.
Yeah, so this game, I just checked it. It's Texas State. And I believe that was the school that Scott Bakula guided to 1.5 wins.
Armadillos?
Ziggy?
I like armadillos.
I don't think they're called the
Is that how
Armadillos,
it's spelled?
but probably not if I wrote it.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you, man.
So, yeah, surprisingly, this game is at Texas State. It shows. So I don't know how they got Arizona State to come down there, but it's a toss up at halftime. So we'll see what happens there.
Taking Texas
State.
at -3. Texas State. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Next.
Yeah. So we got FIU, which Pitbull owns the naming rights to the stadium. So I believe he gets to do the halftime show whenever he wants. So
Mr. Worldwide?
Yeah.
My competition.
So I like that, but
Timber.
I don't like FIU. So we're going to go with the other FAU, a little farther south. Maybe not. I don't know. It's in Boca Raton. We're taking the Owls -5.
How about the Vikes?
We talked about this earlier, so I'm not going to get the show in on over 4 hours. I'll let Dubs take care of that. This was one of Petree's fun, sharp picks.
Sharp.
Vikings +5. I like the home dog there. Yep. Colts 2 feet 3 inches. That's all they're going to need. I don't know what the hell that says.
What does that mean?
I know, I saw it too.
It's 2.5, I guess.
2.3.
I was doing this on the phone. So
on the phone with his toes.
it was the bunions.
As of this evening, it's -2.5 DraftKings. So lock that in before it goes up to 3. I like the Colts a lot in this game, as we talked about earlier.
As we discussed.
Yes.
All right, Tones, are you ready? Here's your top picks, my friend.
Okay. As I mentioned, I got this bet in way before I knew Joe's picks. Oregon has not impressed me that much. Rivalry game at Oregon State, 16.5 points. That's a lot. And
College football Joe would also accept Oregon.
Oregon. Okay.
Oregon?
Oregon or Oregon?
So give me the Beavers.
Go Beavs.
The spoiler makers at home with 9.5 points. Notre Dame's offense has been transparent at best. I don't see how Purdue doesn't keep this at least close field goal touchdown game, even with the possibility of pulling one off. But give me the points, Purdue. Florida looks like trash. A&M, tough defense on the road. I think they'll at least cover by a TD or so. And as I mentioned earlier,
I'm surprised by this one.
Lions by
Shocker.
10. Lions by 10. Give me the 10 points.
Lions by 10.
Yes. Again, rehashing Panthers look like garbage. Harbaugh's got the defense rolling with the Chargers. They look tough, and I just can't see how they're not up by double digits over the Panthers in this game. So
There you have it.
I think I had one more NFL.
Oh, you do?
One more NFL game.
I counted wrong.
And yeah, Rams played the Lions tough. I think they'll take that to the Cardinals and win outright.
Excellente. All right. D-Dub, are you ready for your topics?
I'm ready.
Okay. Here we go.
Well, this is a loser already.
Yeah, you gave this one out earlier.
Tyreek Hill and Josh Allen both to score. I don't think anybody else is going to score on the Dolphins tonight. And Josh Allen.
What is it? Is it halftime?
Yeah, it's halftime. You
Why-
got a whole
yeah,
other
yeah,
game.
half a game.
You got a
Why
whole
would
other half.
Josh Allen score, though? He's not going to run it in if they're up 20
He ran one in last week.
points.
Miami's going to have to be throwing.
It's a loser. Don't bet this. Next pick.
Yeah, don't bet this time.
Yeah.
Probably get way better
This
odds
is
then.
one for Richie.
Oof.
That's too bad.
Colorado State, Indiana, Alabama, LSU. Tia can probably weigh in on
The
LSU
fuck is this?
playing South Carolina.
It's plus 869?
Yeah.
Okay.
And here's the deal. On DraftKings, you can get a Barstool 50% college football boost. So in addition to that 869, you could get it for like, I don't know, 1,300 or something like that. So something else to think about.
Who's
But
Colorado State playing there?
Colorado.
Okay.
Well, we're going to either know if Colorado is done for good or if they're still alive. Anyways, Jim skipped ahead, so I think he wants me to wrap it up. This is a classic Wong teaser. I don't think he ever explained that for Tia.
You want to go ahead and...
I'd rather
We're
you
a
do
little
it.
behind schedule.
I'd rather
just
you
saying.
do it because you're more succinct.
Okay. Wong teaser would be any teaser. You know what a teaser is, Tia? It's you're basically buying 6 points.
Okay.
Okay, so you would adjust the line either way. Difference is with a teaser, instead of paying whatever each point is worth, you're getting fixed odds on it. So at DraftKings, for example, it's minus 120, whatever the points that you're actually buying are.
Okay.
And a Wong teaser would be going through the 3 and the 7. So there we go.
Okay, so now Wong is explained as well, right?
Yeah, Stanford Wong. Tell us about Stanford Wong, Jimmy.
I think that was enough. I think we bored people enough. By the way, Jorel says Daryl
Thank you.
loves advertisement.
Thank you.
Yeah, boost. Yeah, for the free losses. He does love that shit.
Ouch.
Jorel's saying that's not
unexpected,
sharp. He's saying that's unsharp.
Shots
Rich
fired.
is the sharp one. out
What
of
is
the two
that
of you.
opposite? dull better.
Yeah, so there you go.
Dull.
Okay.
Oh, eesh.
And then you got the Dolphins here, pal. -2.5.
This is another loser.
Oh,
Are you
God.
teasing? Are you teasing this?
Wow, we're getting this done early.
Minus 9.5.
I might end up back tied
Minus
with Rich
20?
before the end of this week.
Yeah.
God darn. I don't like it.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
Better than -112 right now. But.
17 is what they're down now, and I need them to win by 2.5.
That's all.
I need 19.5 points in the second half.
We still got a whole half to play.
To bust.
It's what the Lions were up at halftime.
Is there any 19.5 point scores in NFL, Richie?
Is our boy
only in
Chris?
Canada.
Is our boy Chris still in the chat? Because they know a team can come back from this and win it.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Right.
Oh,
That's true.
I'm just asking. I'm just
Just
asking.
asking
have
for a friend.
Dolphins money line on this one.
Yeah.
That's a dry rub on the member, man. that's rough.
I'm only temporary. Sorry, Chris.
Deshaun doesn't complain about that. Why should
Did you say
you?
a dry rub on the member?
Yeah, it's rough.
Okay, let's go ahead and do mine. I had the Rams
Why
plus.
don't you deconstruct that, Jimmy?
That's a lot to unpack. Originally, I was thinking barbecue. And then I thought about it more, and I don't think that's what he's talking about. He's not talking
it's
about
a dry
barbecue.
rub, which is rough.
Okay, you got the
I
Rams
remember.
plus 1.5. We already talked about this to death here. How about the Chiefs? Okay, here's a teaser. This is a 10-point teaser. This is a 3-team 10-point teaser.
What's going on here?
What?
Looks
This
like
is
a math
hieroglyphics.
formula. What's going
on
on?
here?
I got a lot of shit here. I got
This looks like Goodwill Hunting here.
The hypotenuse of football.
so basically I'm taking 10 points against every line here. So I'm getting instead of the Chiefs. Now, Daryl, I went through the zero here.
Is
You're
this
not
a
gonna like
wang?
this. This is not technically a wang. I got the Chiefs plus 4.5. They were minus 5.5. So I went through the zero there. I know if you're a teaser person, you know that.
Square.
but- right. Broncos are now plus 12.5 instead of 10.5. Patriots are now
Way
plus 13.5 instead of plus 3.5. So they all got to come home. There can't be a tie here because I took all half points on this. So there's not going to be a tie.
Golden Nugget?
This is actually at DraftKings. You can get this bet at DraftKings minus 120. You can get it almost at any sports book, but the odds are not going to be quite as good. So that's what I'm going. They all got to come home. Chiefs plus 4.5, Broncos plus 12.5, Patriots plus 13.5. Next one, a 6-point teaser. I got Ravens minus 2.5. They were at 8.5. Cowboys are going to be a pick 'em. All the Cowboys got to do is win the game. They were minus 6. Odds again, minus 120 over at the DraftKings. And if you went into our betting toolbox, we talked about that last week. Betting toolbox, you plug those in, they're all plus expected value between 3 and 5%.
You know what the most important tool in your toolbox is, Jimmy?
What's that? What's that, Daryl?
It's your wallet.
Is that really?
I've heard that before. I don't know if it's true or not, but
That's too bad.
I got
Daryl.
Lamar Jackson over 215.5 passing. That is the really kind of the top end of the range before I would actually play this. So, if it moved, this is as of about 2 p.m. today is when I put these in. If it moved, don't take it, but I take it at 215.5. Mixon over 67.5. I would play that to 69.5. Again, these have a tendency to move and usually move away from me. So 67.5, I would take Mixon there, minus 115. That's at BetMGM. Last but not least, I got Bo Nix. Bo Nix. You're not going to like this, Daryl. I know you're not.
I don't like it.
But we're talking over 166.5. Play that to 176. There's a 10-point buffer there. That's a playable one. That's obnoxiously low. And I know the Steelers D, I understand that, but still I think the guy can get to 176, 175.
Troy Polamalu is not walking through them doors,
An
brother.
issue. Well, yeah, you're right. There is no more Troy Polamalu. And then last but not least, Snoop in the chat says he's waiting on his call. We can't do it. We're out of time tonight. Snoop.
Are you
I
supposed
love
to
you,
call
buddy.
Jarrell?
He said he couldn't do it because, he was going to be asleep after his...
Because he'd be typing in the chat.
What?
instead.
Right
Right.
now, there's a stool somewhere.
Over 2.5 hours, we don't accept any
Yeah.
phone calls. We cut it off.
Yes. And by the way, Jorel
for
says
college
dull, Jorel, and sharp rich.
Tell Jarrell I said that somewhere there's a village out there missing their idiot.
Yeah.
Thank
We
you.
found him in the chat of the numbers, guys. And
Put that in your
Snoop
toolbox.
says Pittsburgh minus 2.5 boys. Last thing we got to do, it's very important. We got shout outs. No,
No,
I'm
we have
sorry.
trivia.
I got trivia.
Trivia.
I got trivia.
Jeez,
You're
oh,
right.
Pete.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Forgets it
Rich
every
gets
What
What
is
I
this
had when I do this.
itinerary for?
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
I didn't look at it. I make that mistake frequently. Okay, let me get the trivia up here. And where are those at? They're over here. There's a lot of things over here. Steve, you should be helping with this, man.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. We'll let it slide.
He fell asleep no more than an hour and a half ago.
Okay, so TNT trivia. Here's the question. Les Miles coached at what school just prior to arriving at LSU in 2005?
Was it a
Ties
fellow
again.
SEC school?
No.
Damn it. I'm out.
Here we go.
I don't. Yes.
Tia
Oh,
says OU.
I think it is.
Oklahoma?
I think it was Oklahoma.
That's not right.
It's either Oklahoma or Kansas, I think.
I'm hoping it's Oklahoma State.
Oh, wait.
D-Dub says Oklahoma State.
You said I think Kansas.
I think it's either Kansas or Oklahoma.
Tones
That was my
says
Kansas.
Mississippi State.
I think it's Kansas.
That's
Now
what I
that's
said,
what
Tones.
Yeah, you said
What's
that.
that?
Richie says Mississippi State.
Poor Bulldogs.
See, LSU wouldn't have liked that,
They're
though.
eaten by
We don't like
immigrants.
same coach jumping in the, a.k.a. Saban. We literally have a
For some
driving
reason,
range at
Kansas
LSU
sounds-
that
I don't know
No, I
why.
think he
has
coached
Nick
there
Saban
after.
targets.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Really?
after.
But
Oh,
yeah, he went to the same conference.
He went to Kansas
Won a
after.
national
LSU.
championship.
And then he left us for the same conference after failing at the Dolphins.
No way, Gundy's been at Oklahoma State forever.
Are we ready?
Touche.
The correct response was
Oklahoma
State.
Damn it. I knew it was Oklahoma. For a long
Doug.
time.
I was thinking Kansas State, incidentally.
Really?
But I
Nice pull there, buddy.
I got lucky.
That was pretty good.
Because I was thinking about who's the fella that's there now with the mullet?
Mike Gundy.
Mike Gundy has been there some
Talk to
time.
me. I'm a
Yeah,
grown
he's
man.
a kid. He's 40. So, thank you. There's no speech.
You're going to give a speech or
There's
what?
no
okay.
speech,
You're
really.
going to do one tonight?
What
Stand
can
up,
I
take
say?
a bow.
What do I win?
All right, so what does this mean now? So Rich and Tones, Tia, of course, again excluded.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to do
Man,
that.
I'm on like a losing streak.
Yeah, you guys are going to have to Rochambeau, best out of 3.
All right, Tones.
Do it up.
I think you're
yeah.
2-0 against me, so.
This will determine who's going to be buying the beer next
All right.
week. You two.
Ready?
Yeah, because you guys are both wrong.
1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, you son of a bitch. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Yes.
Oh,
Down
Tones,
goes
buy the
Tones.
beer. It's been a while at all.
I haven't bought beer in a while.
Yeah, it's in all seriousness. It's been a while,
get
Tones. But Tia, good guess. You were like halfway there.
I know.
Yeah.
I knew it was either Oklahoma or Kansas, and I should have put State instead of you.
Man, we didn't even talk about LSU this whole time.
No, we really didn't.
That's all right.
We're going to
Gotta
have to
come
have
back.
these guys
We'll get
back.
there and
Yeah.
give me a holler.
All right, Tia, this
Thursdays
is
are my day. So
All right.
this is a part of the show where everybody gives any kind of shout out they want. Go ahead and shout some people out to you if you'd like.
well, the people I'd shout out right now, I think, are out of power due to Hurricane Francine. But if you are able to tune in, I love you, brother. I love your pops. And my mom's birthday was yesterday. Mine is tomorrow, actually.
Oh, what?
And yeah, baby.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
And she's in North Carolina, so she's not watching either. But if you go back for the playback, which I encourage you to do so, what up, fam bam? That's not in Michigan.
Does she know college football, Joe?
My mother
Also in North
is.
Carolina.
She used to be an LSU fan when I went there, but she is married to a hardcore Tennessee Vols fan. And so
Rocky
I'll be
Mountain,
honest, Mama,
Rocky Top.
orange ain't your color. So
I'm going to shout out the Lions. They put on a fine performance for the family. We all went down there Sunday night. Gillies was a good time. If you guys ever fancy yourself in Detroit.
I do want to check that place out.
It was a fun place. So shout out Gillies. Rest in peace there, buddy. And
Is that the name of the bar from Urban Cowboy?
I don't know. I've never seen Urban Cowboy.
Oh, my
but
God.
shout
John
out
Travolta.
to
you got me thinking too.
Aiden and Rachel for winning their respective game this week.
There you go.
Nice. Donors.
To our guest, thanks for joining the show. Nice input. And Lions for a close win there, and Tigers for still talking baseball in mid-September. Tough loss today, but I still think they're in it. They're gonna
3.5.
They're gonna bring it all the way to the last weekend of the season. So let's hope they pull it off. So.
Shout out to myself?
Sure.
Nah, I can't do that. I
Would be the first time.
That was nice of Tia. Appreciate it. And it's a great show, I think. And Jim, good job over there.
Get yourself
on the ones and twos.
a Tron
Thank
thing,
you.
Tron-Vision.
Thank you, Quiz.
Yeah. I'm going to shout out Chris
Shout
in the
out
chat.
Tones.
I'm going to shout out Tones. Wait, you said that, and I think I just said it because you
He
said
shout
it.
out my
You planted the seed.
Oh, okay. He planted the
Chris shouted
seed.
out to him.
I'm going to give Tia and Steve both shout outs. Thank you guys so much. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully we can do it again sometime. And Steve, next time you come on in, you can take Rich's seat. He says he doesn't care. I'm going to give
I'm always on, man.
who else? Jarrell a shout
okay.
out. College Football Joe a shout out. Certainly y'all deserve it. And I think that will do it for the night.
Is that it?
Is that it?
Just
I think
under 4 hours?
Just
3
under
hours?
4. Yeah, I think we got to go. But I'll tell you what, we will be back here, same time, same place, next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Thanks for having me,
We'll
guys.
see you guys. Thanks, Tia.
See you then.
Thanks,
Be
Steve.
good, everybody.
Bye, guys.